Hey, Veve Magic, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Doing well, thanks for asking. I'm so excited to have you on, and I was even more excited that we got today's drop news of all days because I'm like, I'm having Veve Magic on my channel. What better news can we have gotten?
I know when it popped up, I was like, "Oh, this is such perfect timing! Yay!"
Right.
Talk
I
about it all
can't
the
wait. So I brought that up because we also had Thomas in here saying something about it, and I'm so excited about it. I'm wondering how scarce it's going to be. What are you thinking? What are your thoughts?
I mean, based on that character, I could see it being a pretty scarce drop. I've been saying, so I've been speculating that he was going to be one of them because they've been doing all the Year of the Rabbit stuff, and
Oh yeah.
so he's been coming out and doing like a parade every day at California Adventure Park as part of the Year of the Rabbit. So, and he's doing like photo op opportunities and all that stuff. So I'd like taken video of him in the parade and was like, I don't know if we're going to stick on this theme. I could see this happening. And there was something else that Disney did. I can't remember the tweet, but they tweeted something about celebration, and Oswald was on it, and David, you would comment on
Oh,
it. Like, there's just a few things that but
yeah.
because he's not in the parks very often, and he is sort of just a surprise character appearance for the most part, I could see it being pretty scarce, but we'll see.
Yeah. Well, I know we'll see. I hope so. And I hope that the drop's not super expensive. I'm thinking like 50 gems. What are you thinking? Around 50?
Yeah, yeah, no more than 60, but yeah, I'm trying to compare it with other drops like that, like
Yeah.
the Mickey Mouse collection. I kind of see it being sort of similar to the Mickey Mouse collection.
Yeah.
So,
I only thought that we might get him because Funko's just released their 100th anniversary Funkos, and I
that was the
seen
other one.
Oswald was one of them. So now I'm like, is Walt coming too? Like a black and white, like traditional Walt looking one, not like a
Oh,
golden moment. I wonder if we're gonna get something like that too.
that'd be really interesting. I hadn't thought about that at all. But that would be super interesting to see. Um,
Right?
I forgot what I was going to say about the Funkos. Oh, that was another one of
Okay.
the hits that I saw the Funkos. So I'm like been paying attention to those, and just like all around the general 100 marketing that's happening. I'm just really paying attention closely to it to see where there might be ties. But the really exciting news in this drop is that it's like the official kickoff. Unless is Minnie Mouse the official kickoff? I didn't read the print, but isn't this one the official kickoff for the 100-year celebration?
Yeah, I think this one's the official one. I think
Yeah,
that we only got Minnie for Polka Dot Day. I don't think she's part of the.
yeah, I just want to read it really quick. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about the 100th. So Oswald is the kickoff, which makes sense because he's like the first, right?
Yeah, the
Um,
OG.
yeah, so he's the kickoff, and it says in celebration of Disney 100, which is a lot of the wordage that's coming out from other companies that are partnering.
Yeah.
So it also leads me to believe that I think we'll see more.
Oh, I'm excited. This is exciting. I've been wanting Oswald because nobody really talks about him since, like, Disney lost his rights to him and everything like that. He's kind of like a unknown. Some people don't even know who he is.
I
So
know.
I'm really excited to get him though.
He has like a
Hopefully,
cool following.
yeah, definitely. And I ordered a couple of his Funkos. Did you get any of them?
I haven't. No, the only one I've ordered is the Walt with the Steamboat Willie. I haven't ordered his. Although I mean, I wanted to order all of them. It's just at some point
Right.
I have to pump the brakes a little bit.
I feel that everybody keeps sending me links for Disney stuff and Marvel stuff, and I'm like, you guys, I'm not rich. I can't buy all of this stuff, okay?
Or
I know. I'm like, my birthday is in June, so um man, so we had to dive into Disney, of course, because the Oswald stuff was super exciting to me. But one of the things that I think is amazing that you do is you're a YouTuber and you're consistent with your channel. You're always bringing alpha. You I don't know, like I don't know how you can be a mom and juggle all this VV stuff with a kid because I have just a dog and I feel like I feel like that's already so much. I'm just like, man, I have to walk him and I have to make dinner and like so how do you like organize your day? Like, how do you manage being a mom and Veve life?
Yeah, well, so I'm very organized in general, and the only thing where it hinders me a little bit is I do get anxious when I know that things are coming up. Just the anxiety of getting to that point sometimes creates a little bit of stress. And the more I do this, the more at ease I become, and the less and less that I feel that. But yeah, I really try to keep a like schedule and write everything down and be organized and very communication is key for me. I try to communicate as much as I can with, everybody that I'm, corresponding with. And then, with the kids, they have their schedule. I have one in school 5 days a week. The other one is 2 days a week. So, I mean, right now I'm here with them at home and I'm just like, this is the time. So the way I brought my kids up is it was nap time every day from like 1 to 3. And they're both past napping stage, but it's still quiet time. Like this is your time. You can read books. Certain activities are okay. Like there's certain outlets where you do you and I'm going to do me and have my peace and quiet and you have your peace and quiet. It's good for both of us. So nobody kills each other. So they're used to that. That's our routine. That's our schedule. And so they're off. And I just said, please, you guys can play with each other. Just like no yelling, no screaming, please.
Yeah, because I was gonna say I never hear like kids in your background and stuff like that. And I just imagine my cousin's 3 children running around her house, and I'm like, I don't see how she's not like, hold on, I have to do this, or oh, hold on. Like you're just so focused in your videos and just on point all the time. So I'm
Oh,
like,
thanks. I'm sure
I'm
it'll
like, how
happen
does
at
she
some
manage
point.
this? Yeah, eventually, right? I'm
Yeah.
sure. But yeah, I love that idea. You're so smart. Like, I don't know if that's in parenting books or whatever, but taking like the nap time and just like bringing it out. Okay, well, you don't need naps anymore, but mommy still needs her time. So you're going to take you time. That's great.
Yeah, and they're very disciplined. I run a pretty tight ship. I also want my children to have independence, and it's like if they were attached to me all day long, they would be very dependent on me. So this is a time where they can go be independent and do their own thing and make smart choices.
Right?
So
Learn
yeah,
learn from mistakes, I guess.
I really want them to be independent though, and understand that personal time is good and healthy and necessary. And luckily, they're getting to the ages now. They're 4 and 7, where they're very self sufficient. And before I set them alone, I said, have everything you need. And it was like, well, can we get a snack? Do we need a snack? Sure. So, but it's like the perfect timing in everything for me right now because of them. So next year they'll both be in school 5 days a week, and it gives me the opportunity to get back to being me. So, I've been living mom life for the last 7 years. I had a very good career before that, was very self-sufficient, independent. And then, as a mom, there's days where you just feel like a slave. Like that's all you are. You have no identity. And you sort of lose yourself and you feel you're trying to remember what your worth is. And so Vivi has been like just the perfect outlet for me to find myself again, to feel independent, to have something that's for me, like that feeds my soul and nobody else, just me, because I have to take care of me. I can't take care of everybody else around me if I'm not taking care of myself. So it as as much as it's for fun, but it's stressful and there's all these different emotions that go into it.
Yeah.
And I would love this to be a career. I mean, that's certainly my goal. Regardless, it has done just a lot for my mental, physical, emotional health, and very grateful.
Yeah, I love that Vivi can offer you that, and I love that the community has. Um, we all have like, of course, like our little like groups or whatever, but it's just nice that we know that we have these safe places to go and like where we could just be ourselves and have that outlet. So I'm really happy that Vivi and the Vivi fam can be that for you because you should never feel like a slave. We don't want you to feel like that, and I know that being a parent in general has to be hella stressful. This is why I don't have kids yet. If I do end up having them, it'll definitely be more down the road. But yeah, so well, thank you for, keeping your head up all the time. Like I know that being a mom has to be super stressful, and I never see you like mad on streams or you don't like blow steam like that, you know? So it's healthy. I think that you give us exactly what we need, and I'm hoping that we are doing the same that you need.
Oh, absolutely. Like, yeah, the Vivi fam, it's hard for me to even talk about. I get emotional. The Vivi fam has changed my life. Like, yeah, I am so grateful and just excited to, do more meetups and have more experiences and being able to travel and all that kind of stuff. I really hope I can continue it this year. I mean, it's hard, but I would love to do more because it brings me a lot of happiness.
Definitely. I agree. I'm excited for this race that is coming up. So were you like in cahoots when he was first like building it, or because I feel like I seen your post before anybody else's for where you're holding your little shield, and I was like, what is this? And then I started seeing more posts about the race, and I was like, oh, okay, this is so cool.
Yeah,
So
so, I knew he was making it, and then I get a little bit of info maybe just before it drops of like who bought a team or like who's representing the team and stuff.
yeah,
And then he had asked if I wanted to be in it, and I said yeah. And
duh.
but I'm like, but I don't act, so and I have a feeling you're going to be having me act a fool, and that's not that's going to be hard for me to do. So I'll do my best. I have seen one. I have two takes, and I've seen one, and I'm happy with it. But yeah, it was. I felt under pressure though because I've seen part of it, and
Oh,
it's so good that I said, dude, I don't want to film this by myself and mess it up for you. And he was in town for work. And so I
mhm.
said, why don't we meet up and you can film it exactly the way you want it. And then I won't mess it up. So that's what happened is that's why I was holding the shield as he came over and we
Okay.
filmed that day. But yeah, I just can't wait for people to see it.
Ooh,
It's so good.
yeah. I can't wait. Why Cap? Why do you pick Cap?
It's Team America. I mean, so there's multiple reasons. Like I have this weird obsession with the zombie Captain America. So there's that. And then just I like what Captain America stands for. Out of that team, he is the OG. So you've got what? Cap, you got She-Hulk, you got Thor, and you've got Chucky. And
Yeah.
he's been around the longest.
I guess that's true. That's
So
true.
he gets street cred for that in my book.
For sure. I'm surprised he didn't ask you to be one of the team captains or like owners or whatever.
Yeah, well, see, those guys all sort of have something in common, which I don't have. They got some healthy stacks in the app.
For sure. For sure. I know. I thought Rolex was going to be over Chucky. So when he put out the news that it was going to be, well, when you guys accidentally put out the news that it was going to be David, I was like, this is going to be so cool.
I didn't even know how to react to that because that literally we did that on the live stream, and I was like, I don't know how to respond.
You were like, I don't think anybody knows that yet.
Because I was like, I don't think he said anything, but I'm pretty sure he hasn't. I mean, I knew that like that was happening, but I didn't think anybody else did. But then he said that, so I'm like, maybe it has been out. But yeah, it was a
Yeah.
good moment. It was actually very comical. So
It was perfect for that video that he did for like a little clip of it or whatever. That was
even
great.
that tease video is so good. It's so good.
Yeah. I'm
And
excited.
he
Hopefully
puts it
She-Hulk
together like a
wins.
day.
Team She-Hulk over here. She better win. We have to have the girl win. That's just how it goes, you know. Okay, no offense to David, but I don't want Chucky to win. If I could have anything, I just don't want Chucky to win.
No. Somebody, I think it was on that stream, had a good one that like, all right, what if they all like kill each other before they get to the finish line, or Chucky kills them all? And then somebody's like, well, there still would be zombie Cap. And I'm like,
Oh.
oh, if that happened, I would freak out. And I don't know how it ends, honestly. I
Right.
have no idea. So no spoilers here. I've like thought about asking, but then I'm like, no, I think I want to be surprised.
Right. We don't want to know who wins until it's happening. Do you know, has he given you like a day that he's going to release it
Um,
at?
so I believe it's going to be sometime in February. It does have to be in conjunction with certain things, so it
Yeah.
just depends on timelines. But
Yeah, I was telling him, you're just waiting for Lambo, aren't you? He wouldn't tell me anything. I'm like, okay, fine, don't tell me anything. I don't need it spoiled, I guess.
yeah, we'll
um,
see. But I definitely do think that that one's going to go viral. I think that's
yeah,
the entertainment value, the writing, the graphics, like it hits every note. So,
that's
so
awesome.
yeah. So
Yeah, at the end of that video, he has, the little blocks that he has, and I'm like, you're giving mad Nintendo vibes, dude. You can't
right.
do this to the community. Like the community's
Oh,
gonna
I hadn't
lose their
even
shit.
thought about that, but you're so right. That'd be crazy. That'd be
Yeah, everybody was like, "Are we getting Nintendo?" I'm like, "No, no, we're not getting Nintendo, people. He's just creating a fun race.
yeah.
Maybe we will. Who knows? Maybe, but I
No.
don't. I don't think it's gonna happen. We'll have to be in a bull run for Pokemon to decide. That's my speculation, at least, because obviously you want to make as much money as you can when you're first dropping them. So why would you drop them in a bear market? But that's just my logic behind it.
Or they could just reward all these people that have stuck around this long.
I
Let
would
them
love
be,
that.
let them be early to the drop.
I like that answer for sure.
I mean, that's what I hope.
Right. That would be super awesome. But guess we'll see. We'll have to stay tuned for that one. Um, well, as far as Disney goes, we all know that you're the Disney guru for the VV fam. Um, obviously you live in California, so you're in Disney not Disney World, Disneyland a lot. Do you also visit Disney World often too, or
I
not
try
as
to
much?
like once or twice a year. There's a possibility I could be there in March. Um, if not, then it would probably be around Halloween time. But I do like to go once a year if possible. I was there last Halloween, so that was fun. But
Oh,
yeah,
that must be fun. Do you take your kids to like the trick or treat street or whatever?
yeah. So they have an actual like Halloween event. So we did that this last year. And it's nice because the crowds are lower, and so you can do like way more rides and all that. So it's really fun.
Yeah, that's cool. I love
Yeah.
that. I feel like you probably have fun with your kids there too, of course, but I'm sure you had a lot more fun doing it with the VV fam and David instead, huh?
Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. It was kind of like herding cats. They were just all over the place, and it's like literally like that's bright and shiny, that's bright and shiny, that's bright and shiny. With like 8 people doing that, I'm like, focus.
Right. You're like,
um,
you're like, I'm here all the time, you guys. It's not that impressive. Everybody's like, this is great.
well, that's sort of how like I don't know if you know, but that's how the whole Chucky and David thing came to be. Do you know about that?
No, let me
So
know.
out of everything that he could choose from, when we were at Disneyland, he was obsessed with taking AR photos of Chucky. So, and I'm like, yeah, Disney's gonna love that. So he has them like at the partner statue when we first get there, and he's kneeling on the ground with his like arm on the planter that goes around it, and
Mhm.
Chucky's on the ground next to him, and he starts calling him my son. Yeah, I brought my son to Disneyland today, and he's pretty grouchy and blah blah blah. And he like turned it into this whole like role playing thing the entire day. And it got to the point where I knew what, like, I would see something and go, he's gonna have to have a picture with him. He's gonna have to have one right there. And he would be like, "Can we have him?" Because I don't care them doing what they want, right? But like there
Right.
was times where we were rushing to go get to a ride, and that's when I was like, we gotta focus for 5 minutes. And so there was one we were like rushing, and I knew he was gonna point it out. And I said, we can't do that right now. We can't do that right now. And then there was another time where I'm like walking down Main Street to go to the other park, and he runs in front of me and tries to get about, I don't know, 20 yards ahead of me so he can stop and take an AR photo and not hold us up. It was hysterical. And then we went to a lunch, and while we're waiting outside, he is using somebody's stroller that's not around and puts Chucky in the stroller and has Dan behind the stroller, like taking photos. And then we're in the restaurant and he asked the waitress to get a high chair. Granted, it's just us adults. There was 6 of us.
I mean, he's pretty short. They probably thought it was reasonable. I'm kidding.
But we had been there for a while, and he's like, "Do you have a high chair?" And she literally looked at him like, "Are you insane?" And he said, "I need it for my son." And like that didn't help at all. And so he gets it, and then he shows, and he puts Chucky in the high chair, and he shows her the picture, and she's just like, "Y'all are crazy."
Yeah, she's like, we just let some loonies in here.
And he orders an ice cream, a Mickey ice cream bar, so that he can feed ice cream to Chucky in air.
Oh my God.
I mean, he was just next level. So then I got to the point where I was just like, can we not do Chucky anymore? Like, I hate Chucky. Like, and so now I have like this small group of people that is like their life mission to just bug the crap out of me with putting Chucky into like Disney stuff and like all of their vault creations. And so it's like this, it's just this hilarious, like,
oh man.
yeah, they come for me, but like in a totally fun. At one point, one of the guys messaged me. He goes, "You aren't offended, like you know this is for fun." I said, "Oh, I'm being 100% sarcastic. Like I am not upset at all. This is totally fun. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm here for it." But
yeah.
yes,
so
now
funny.
oh, and there's even a Twitter account that somebody started, which I have my thoughts on who it could be, but it's David Yu's son. Like that's the Twitter account.
Oh my gosh. We're past the hairline and now we're talking about the sun.
Yeah. It's
oh my God. That's so funny. That just reminds me like of how much of a kid David really is at heart, you know?
oh my
like
gosh, yeah.
not all grown men would run around Disney doing that. You know what I mean? Like, what a fun soul. That's so funny.
He had the best time. I mean, he just really got into the whole vibe. He was just happy as a clam the entire time. It was funny. We were walking through Galaxy's Edge and he saw a shirt and he stopped and went, "I have to get that shirt. Can I have 5 minutes?" I'm like, "Sure, that's fine." And I didn't know, but the shirt corresponded to the Star Wars holiday card set. Like it was exactly.
Oh yeah.
And he wore it in a video, a video
Mhm.
right before the drop. He wore that shirt. So he was like, "Oh, this is going to be good. I have to get this." Like he was so jazzed about it. Like he is just so passionate and loves us so much. And yeah, he's just such a collector. It was really fun to see him in the art store and just like, I mean, he just moved around that store like freaking Flash. Like he was just all over the place.
I'm sure. Man, I wonder, like, that makes me think, like, if he's doing, like, thinking of Easter eggs with clothing, like, what other Easter eggs can he come up with? You know what I mean? Like, because we're always looking at his backgrounds, but I'm never looking at his shirts. Like, it makes me want to go back and look at the AMAs. Like, what shirts are you wearing?
Yeah, I think he definitely, I mean, he loves Easter eggs. And I think he definitely puts time and thought into either what he's wearing or what he's putting in his background and all that.
Right.
Even though he'll say he's not. I mean, you know, he had the Coca-Cola truck and there's
Yeah.
been so many that have come to fruition. So
Yeah, and then he's always like, you know, he's like, just because it's in my background doesn't mean we're getting it, guys. It's like, yes, it does.
yeah.
We're looking.
Yeah, I feel more and more confident about it given how many things have happened. I mean, I think in the last video he had Oswald in there too.
Did he?
I think so.
Oh,
I think he.
I would have to go back and look. I cannot remember too
would
many
too. I'm not
anime
100%.
backgrounds. I just know that he has a Rick and Morty picture that's like right above his head in like almost every video. So I'm like, can we just get Rick and Morty already? Because I know that doesn't mean we're going to just because it's in the background, but I would love to see them on the app.
Yeah, for sure. And I love seeing all the fam here. I'm looking at the chat. I've missed some of it, but
Yeah,
we got all the Twitter Spaces crew.
we
Here's
have everybody in here. Dang, so sorry, people. I sleep on this. I'm so bad at the comments. One day I'll get better at this. Hey, Randy. We have Randy, Chambo, um, Falco. Who's Falco? Is that one of your guys? I don't think I've seen him.
I haven't seen that one.
Okay, well, thanks for joining us if you're still here. Next is yeah, everybody already knew once we seen the Oswald, they were like, we have to go see. They probably wanted to come see what your opinion was on it.
Yeah. It's funny. I've got a cousin who I went to Disney a lot with the family when my uncle was working. Sorry, I just wanted to see this real quick. Veve Magic, do you know the folks who work there now? Because you're there so often. I want to understand OBL's question. I saw she asked me something earlier. Anyways,
where is it?
It's probably a little bit further down.
That's to the east. Hey everybody, sorry if I'm skipping your name. I want to find this question. OBL, I want to answer your question. What's up, fam? Okay, yeah, is this it? Loving the chat?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know the folks who work there now? Because you're there so often. And they know you also. Oh, she's asking like if I like know cast members, I'm assuming by like name. Because I'm there so often. Like, have I gotten to know everybody? That's a great question. If I was more extroverted, then yes. But I don't talk to people.
It's actually funny that you bring that up because I swear when I was there at DCon, like you're so funny and like I don't know, it's all smiles. So when I was like, hey, and you weren't like giddy as I guess like I was expecting you to be, I was like, oh no, does she not like me? Like, oh no,
that's not it at all. No, not at all.
After we like talked for a little bit, I'm like, oh, okay, she's just not like as hyper like as I expected her to be, I guess.
It's funny that you say that because I've had like people, like friends and family, they've seen my videos and they're like, offering advice, like you need to be like more upbeat and peppy and like bubbly in your videos. And I was like, have you ever seen me bubbly? Like, that's not who I am. Like, I'm just not.
I don't know. You're always smiling. Like I said, you're always just like, I guess not giddy, but just all smiles. I don't know.
I do smile a lot, but I have a very kind of old soul energy about me.
Definitely.
Unless there's drinks involved, then I get a little bit more giddy.
Okay, so I just have to get you a little drunk next time. Yeah. Noted.
No, I am. People don't believe it because this stuff is easy for me because I'm not in front of a huge group of people. Like if there was a huge group of people in front of me, I don't know that I could do it. I have huge stage fright, like huge stage fright.
Me
but
too.
Because I only see you, there's comfort in that.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I'm as much as a lot of people don't believe it, I'm terribly shy, like very, very, very shy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. A lot of YouTubers say that. A lot of YouTubers say they're more shy than like people would expect. And it's kind of crazy. But like you said, it's the comfort of just like looking at a screen. Cause yeah, I wouldn't be doing this if it was like a crowd speech and we had like the audience actually here, even though it's 15 people watching right now. I would be like tongue twisted and like sweating. I'd be like, yeah, no.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't think I could do it. But it has pushed me out of my comfort zone and helped me grow a lot because I still get nervous for the videos that I put on. I still get nervous for every single one of them. But it's gotten easier, like as time has progressed and I've gotten a little bit more comfortable and understanding the setup and the mechanics and all that kind of stuff. It's gotten easier. But yeah, I don't know if that fear will ever go away. I competed a lot as a kid and I always felt the same, even though I had done it for 15 years. The nerves never went away from me. So I feel like this is probably the same thing, that they're just always going to be there. But, in a way, I am appreciative of that because it makes you work that much harder, be that more appreciative, be that more grateful and thankful once it's over. Cause you're like, I made it. Like I did it. and I survived. And otherwise, if I just, I don't know that I would appreciate it as much. Like if I didn't
Right.
care and I didn't have those nerves, I don't know that I would put out the quality that I do and continue to like want to go after bigger and better things because I'm
Well,
just
and you're such a perfectionist too.
yeah.
Like I could tell, like just even
It's a
after,
problem.
especially after meeting you in person, like you could tell, like you're just a perfectionist. Like you need things to be like to a T. I don't know if you had like military parents or something, but that's what I would
Um,
guess is that you had like a Navy dad or something. Because
we've worked with the Navy my entire life, so that was my career
oh,
before this. I wasn't a civilian, but I was a contractor. But yeah, very, very. My grandparents were, and just yeah, that was the upbringing. It was very sort of. It was almost military. Like I had a very strict, um, regimented sort of
yeah.
upbringing. So, but I don't mind it. I mean, I
No,
can't
so
fight.
when you're a kid, you're probably like, man, like I can't do freaking anything. But now as you're an adult, you're like, I'm so glad that my parents kind of taught me how to be like organized and on top of my shit because I don't know if you've noticed that my generation is kind of sorry, I'm getting phone calls. My generation, my generation, just I mean, I'm not going to say all of them. I hate to put anybody in a box, but the older generation likes to say that my generation doesn't like to work and is unorganized and all this stuff. And the way you hold yourself up, especially as a woman, is like very empowering. And I just love having strong women like you be able to like face the like, I guess like the fronts of not our army because it's not like we're fighting, but you know what I mean. I
Yeah,
think you're picking up what I'm putting down.
yeah, I am. I really appreciate that first off. Thank you so much. I guess that's one thing where my work experience has really benefited me is working in the position I did. It was super male dominant. Um, I was I was taken on some of these trips to not to put anybody in a bad light, but I was sort of would help bring down the defenses. Like I was almost used as a tool as a female,
Yeah.
which not cool. It is what it
Right.
is. I recognized it and I knew how to work around that. And I'm always very professional. And so, I didn't let that bother me. And I just kept working hard regardless. And like you'll see that I'm more valuable than just maybe what you think. But I don't I'm sort of a guy's gal. I like having a lot of male friends. I get along with men really well. So I've never been intimidated or scared to be around a bunch of men. So which
Same.
is which is very intimidating for some females in this
Yeah.
space. Is that there aren't a lot of us out there and it can be scary.
Right.
So yeah, I'm grateful that I've had the work experience I have had because that doesn't bother me at all. Like I've and
Yeah.
much credit to the men in Vivi. I have had very, very few encounters with negative male voices. So for
Oh
the
yeah.
most part,
Yeah.
99% of the guys are very uplifting, very supportive, kind.
Yeah. Very respectful. Very like um. They like I don't want to say they all know how to read a room, but like they know how to make a girl feel more comfortable than just like usual because I feel for me I've always was a tomboy. I always hung out with the guys. I played football, like so I was one of the guys or whatever. So for me I can hang out with the guys and it's not a bother to me. But I know for some girls they're like super intimidated by it. Like
Mhm.
just feel like the oddball out and I'm just glad that Women X VV is there for the women to at least get their foot in the door and find some friends and then they could like branch out from there.
Yeah.
um it was you and OBL that came up with Women X VV?
No, 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 no. I don't know. There was a group of gals. Several of them are still involved. OBL for sure was in
Yeah.
there. I So back then, I was around, but I was still like under my old handle. Nobody knew if I was a male or female. Like I was just absorbing. Like that's generally, if people hadn't pushed me to do this, I would still be doing that. I'm an absorber. I'm a wallflower. I like to take in situations. So that's what you met when, because you saw me at decon, and that's when I'm in that state. I'm observing everything and like taking mental notes and reading the room and watching what people are doing. So that's what I was doing back when Women X VV first came out. So I wasn't involved at all.
Okay.
And then we've gone through. So then when we went through I don't know when I actually got involved. I guess it was for Morgan. Rose, Crypto Rose, had reached out to me and said, "Hey, you should be part of our group. With your Disney perspective and everything." I'd finally come out of, into being on YouTube and all that sort of stuff. And so I joined, and then that was the first thing I ever did with them, was the interview with Morgan Kiesling, who does all the Disney stuff.
Yeah.
And so since then we've been trying to rebrand and get more ladies involved. So if you want to come in, let me know. I'll add you to the group.
I'm in the group already. I don't remember. I think Wendy was the one that introduced me to it.
Okay, great.
When Supergirl, I think. But yeah, I've been in it for a while. I just have so many different groups that I'm in, and like,
Yeah,
I don't know how everybody keeps up with all the groups. And then I feel bad to be like, I have too many groups, I'm not going to be in yours. So I just stay in like all of them. But it doesn't hurt.
Yeah,
Get different vibes from all of them. So it's always fun,
Yeah, for sure.
But I do love that they came up with the Women X VV, and the new logo is super cool. I know that you did like a little bit of the announcing and stuff of that. So that's really cool that you got super involved with it, and you're still super involved with it. You do streams with them quite often, right? Like the Women X VV.
We are trying to schedule. Miss Gecko is going to hold a Twitter space when she gets the time, which will be great to sort of, be a really informational space for women about Web3 and, learning spatial. And, I'm sure she has a bunch of stuff up her sleeve. I said, I would love for her to then do a YouTube version of that, because I said, I'm more of a visual learner. So I was like, we don't, if you aren't comfortable with people like necessarily seeing your face, it can just be your screen, but you're talking to your, as you're doing stuff, but we can see everything you're doing on the screen. I might be able to learn from that more so than just listening on a Twitter space. So
definitely, I agree.
So it'd be cool if we could do both of those. And we have Women History Month coming up pretty soon around the corner. So I know we're going to want to do some stuff for that. We want to do another Discord party. So yeah, there's a handful of us that are trying to, plan out the next activities and see who wants to add in here or there, who wants to be on a stream or who wants to be on a Discord party, or, get a bunch of involvement. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It should be fun.
Have you ever gone into spatial at all?
So I set up an account and I was given like just whatever avatar when I got the account, and I went to change the avatar, and for the life of me, I couldn't change the avatar, and I've never gone back.
I feel that.
Like I tried, and I was like, I give up.
I get you.
Gecko and a visual learner, like having a visual course would be very helpful for me.
Exactly. I agree. Because I went in there, and my computer, when I was in there, it's super old. I need to get it updated. So it just kept crashing on me. That was my problem. But now I have an iPad, so I'm going to try to get back in there and but again, I don't know how to do anything because I haven't really been in there. So I'm hoping she could show us more about spatial for sure. And then we could host parties in there, and we can just be our avatars and hang out, and it'll be like decon in the web life.
That'd be super fun. Yeah.
Right.
I think that'd be awesome. So I'm looking forward to, can we stream YouTube and be on Spaces at the same time?
I don't think so.
I
I
mean,
mean,
you could from 2 devices, right? If you're watching on your phone, but then have Spaces on your computer or vice versa.
yeah, I mean, I'm sure like if you can like speak and have like a Twitter space open and like a YouTube stream running at the same time, I just don't know if like one of them are going to be like lagged difference, or you know what I mean? I don't know how that would.
Yeah, that might be really tricky.
Mhm. It'd probably be best to just do two separate ones. I mean, I don't know. I'm not super tech savvy. I randomly decided to do YouTube because my friend was like, "We need more girls doing it," and I'm like, "Okay, I'll do it." So,
Well, that's good. I'm really glad you did because we do need more girls. So it's great to see more females popping up and getting a little bit more comfortable. I mean, hopefully, like the more that we're around and talking, it makes others maybe possibly a little bit more comfortable to come out of their shell and you
for
know
sure.
you can just I started by speaking in spaces and it just like slowly incrementally grew from there of getting comfortable with like the next step up from that.
See, and I'm surprised you even went with YouTube then because I didn't even know. So silly old me, because this is how tech savvy I am. I thought you had to have like a verified account or like you had to go through like an application of some sort to like run spaces on Twitter. I
Oh,
didn't know that like anybody could just like open a Twitter space, you know? I probably would have just done like what Queen Lori does and just host spaces and like interview people that way before doxing myself and putting myself out here like this. So, but it's been fun. I love having the connections with people and seeing people behind their PFP, you know what I mean? Because
mhm.
the people that I haven't seen, I'm still curious, like, man, I talk to you every day and I don't even know what you look like.
I know, it's so weird. It's like it's just the weirdest phenomenon. And then I feel really bad because I'll meet them and I just can't remember because I meet so many people in one sitting
Right.
that I can't keep them all straight, and I feel horrible, like because that's super unintentional, and I have a really bad
Yeah.
memory as it is, like, I just have a terrible memory.
I'm the
So
worst with names. Like
oh, yeah.
those memes that it's like you're thinking of everything else while they're like, "Hi, my name is," and then my fucking
I'm 10
brain goes.
steps ahead processing, like, what I'm gonna talk about in 5 minutes, and
Yep.
yeah, the name was in one ear. I don't even think it went in the ear, it just
I'm
went
like, I don't even know your name still, bro. Sorry. I'm just gonna start calling you bro.
I'm glad it's not just me, that makes me feel a little bit better. But
Yeah, no.
it's funny though, like I do have to try and like when I get a little bit um overwhelmed or stressed or maybe frustrated that things aren't moving at the rate that I would like them to, I have to think about how far that I've come. And I remember the first space I ever went into, I was fighting COVID at the time, and it was like, I want to say it was January, early January. And Silicon pushed me to do a space. And he's like, people need to hear what you have to say. It's like, this is a big thing. And I remember I sort of barricaded myself in an area and I was shaking like a leaf, like physically shaking, sweaty palms. And this is just to press a microphone. Like that's how incredibly nervous I was to do all this stuff. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, incredibly emotional and it took a while to get used to doing spaces. Now spaces I'm fine with, but
Mhm.
you know, then the next step was being on NFT Pirate's first video that he had me on. And again, I was just a ball of nerves. I had pages and pages and pages of notes and
Was
ugh.
that the friend that helped pull you out and like start your own YouTube channel? NFT
Silicon and
Pirates?
NFT Pirates were both. Yeah. I mean, after that first interview, we ended and he goes, "You need to have your own channel." And I said, "Yeah, I don't think I could ever do that." And he said, "I said the same thing to Comics and Crypto, and those guys are killing it." Like,
Yeah.
that's how Comics and Crypto started too. Like, you know, Chad has a good eye for, and he's told other content creators as well who have started. Um, and he's very supportive and he's just I can't say enough good things about that guy. He's such an OG and just such a good person. But yeah, I pushed back for a while. I probably didn't start the channel for another 3, maybe 4 months. I was just like, I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can do it. And
Yeah.
because again, I'm a perfectionist. If I'm going to do something, I want to do it right. I mean, I'm not, nothing that I put out, I'm like 100% in love with. Like I do my best. And
Yep.
that's growth for me too, right? Is just learning to do your best. And sometimes it's not going to be exactly the way you want it, but if you put forth your best effort, people are going to see that. And, you know,
And then you just get better with time, you know? Like my first interview with Randy went for 2 hours, and I would have never expected, well, obviously knowing Randy, it's not a surprise that it went for 2 hours long. But yeah, like it's crazy how when you put yourself out there before you start recording or like going live, you're thinking of every possible thing that can go wrong, how stupid you're going to make yourself look. And then during the interview, you might like get a little tongue twisted or whatever here and there, but it was not as bad as your brain was trying to make it out to be before you clicked let's go live, you know?
yeah.
So, and then you could always go back and critique like what you wish you would have done better or how you would have worded it in a different way the next time. So, yeah, you'll always get better. You just have to at least start and then keep going.
It's funny because I never, like, I had never like taken pictures of myself. I had never, like, I wasn't a selfie person. I had never listened to my voice because I'd never recorded myself speaking, certainly not singing. Um, and and so like hearing myself and seeing myself for the first time on camera and stuff was like a very strange, surreal experience and
Oh, yeah.
awkward and uncomfortable. And I've now gotten used to how I sound. Like, I was just like, when I first heard myself, I'm like, I don't even sound like that. Like, who is that person? And now I've gotten used to it. So yeah, I mean, I've come a long way. And it's been really good for my mental growth in so many ways because it is sort of teaching me to be yin and yang with like that perfectionist part of me and also realize that I am human and there's only so many things I can get right and I'm going to make mistakes, but there's growth behind those mistakes.
Yeah.
And, you know, obviously I don't go by my actual name and I view Veve Magic as a persona. I mean, I love what that persona stands for and I fully stand behind it. But am I that person all day, every day? No. Like I'm human. I have bad days. I have sad days. I have days where I'm wallow in self-doubt and misery.
Yep.
Um, but this persona has done a lot of healing for me. It's an escape, but a really healthy, positive escape. I can't be down when I'm in that persona, right? Like
Right.
not that I have to be on all the time, but like I want to always be true to what I created that persona to be. And it I was just talking about this a couple of weeks ago that it has been such a therapy for me. Like VV Magic has been so therapeutic because I mean, I get, you on Instagram, you get stuff fed to you based on what you like and everything. And I
Yeah.
get so many like positive quotes now and uplifting things and like it helps to be surrounded by that kind of energy, right? And
Oh
I
yeah,
really
definitely.
yeah, and so me seeing that every day is helpful for me. But then me also putting that out there, I hope it's helpful for other people, but it's helpful to myself. Like putting myself in that state of mind and then working from that state of mind. You know, you've heard so many people say when you wake up in the morning, wake up with a grateful attitude, a smile on your face, and the belief that you can conquer the world. Because if you
Mhm.
wake up and you wake up sad, and sometimes we can't help that, right? There's days
Right.
where we just have bad feelings, but if you wake up and you have yourself in a negative headspace, how are you going to how is that going to be good for you? And
Right.
so VV Magic reminds me of that headspace that I need to be in. And so grateful for that because it's been really, really helpful. There's certain days it's very, very helpful. So
Yeah, that's awesome. And you also do it for us too, you know? Like I'm sure that there's people that have bad days and then when they come to your stream and they get to watch you laugh and smile and talk about Disney and sorry, my dog's going crazy and a bunch of stuff. Let me take your collar off. Where I lost my totally train of thought.
you're
So you bring us like the smiles and good vibes too. So I'm glad that it's kind of interesting to see your point of view on that because you do keep that headspace and you also give it to us. Like you're bringing that energy to the table and allowing us to absorb it and take it with us. So I couldn't
it's
thank you more
and
for that.
it's not easy every day. Like there's days where I mean I can't even tell you how many tweets that I've had a response to of somebody that's in a negative thing, and maybe I'm trying to turn them around and think positively, and there's just a lot of the people I go, I'm not going to be able to help them. It's only going to cause a fight. It's only going to bring more drama to the situation. It's best to
Yep.
just not say anything at all. So, and the less that we pay attention to those, there's a difference between constructive criticism and people being a-holes.
Oh,
And
100%.
the more that we ignore the a-holes, the less we'll see them around. So I just, but it's hard because, you know, this community and Vivi, they're my babies and I'm a protected mama. And some days I want to protect them. And there's some
I
of you
feel
that, yeah, there's some of you that have seen there's been a couple of times where I've been very emotional and have taken up my defense because there are certain things that I will not tolerate when it comes to this community. And I believe in integrity. And
it.
yeah, so when I see people having questionable integrity and stuff, and it affects me or my community, that's when Mama Bear comes out.
Right.
But otherwise, I try to be just as positive and uplifting as I can. And I love when people reach out to me to help plan their vacations. If I can help anybody have just one little bit of extra smoothness or excitement or magic added to their trip, like that, like brings me so much joy. I've been doing that for friends and family for years. So it's not like I came into this and started up out of nowhere. Like I love
Yeah.
helping people plan vacations and stuff. So that's been really fun too.
I'm sure. That's super fun. I wanted to be an event planner for the longest time and just do
Mhm.
weddings. And then I actually was gonna go to college for it and then kind of like psyched myself out and never ended up doing that. It's a lot to try to pick a career for the rest of your life. And like they try to make you like feel when you're in high school that like you need to decide now or like you'll never know, you know. But oh well.
You can always change. You can always change your plan, your course, and what you want to do. I studied marketing because I just figured that's good for anything. But
Definitely.
I also enjoy marketing. But yeah, and then I
Yeah,
went
do you like numbers? Working with numbers?
no, I like even though I'm not a creative person, I like the creative aspect of marketing
Okay. Yeah.
and how to take something from beginning phase to market in an interesting way and you know putting on events and all that kind of stuff. Like I love watching what Vivi does with all the stuff they're doing and how they promote and how they show up at events. Like that's the kind of stuff that I love. I went into sales straight out of college, and as an introvert, it's not a good career.
Right.
So I
I'm
did not
sure.
last long. I hated it. Oh my god, I hated it with every fiber of my being. And
You're
then
like, no, I have to talk to all these people. I don't want to do this.
and strangers, I have like stranger danger. Like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
So then I started working for my family's small business, and we did consulting and I was doing strategic planning, and we would do best practice trips related to innovation and technology, and it was really interesting. I got to meet some really cool people. We got to like go to Google and Twitter and Deca Research and just all these different places. So it was a really cool time in my career. And I feel like this is sort of like the other side. Now that I'm like in this position of like ready to kind of do the same thing again, it's almost it's very similar to what I was doing before. Very different, but I see so many similarities. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I hope I keep growing.
Yeah, no. Of course, that's all we should always do, right? Is always continue to grow. Because once you get comfortable, then that's when I feel like you find yourself being a lot more, um, gosh,
Complacent and
yeah. Sorry, I keep
stagnant in
getting
your
phone
life.
calls.
Oh, that's okay.
Exactly. Yeah, then you just keep like, I feel like it's easier to get down on yourself that way. So, um, sorry, I keep losing my train of thought because my dog, babe, can you come take the dog? He has the zoomies. He's like throwing himself on the floor over here. I don't know if you could hear all that or not.
No, I haven't been hearing it.
Okay, good. I'm like, geez, he's probably causing such a ruckus over here.
When we started, there was somebody in my next door neighbor was jackhammering in the backyard. I'm like, this is great. This is just what I need right now. But
Because
luckily
it's just
it's
what I need. Oh my gosh, it's always something.
I
But
I did bring a few things that I thought would be fun to share.
yes, that's
Okay.
what I want to see. I would love
Yeah.
to see
I
some physical stuff.
I don't think I've shown anybody this stuff.
Ooh.
So I tagged along with Comics and Crypto to LA Comic Con and
Okay.
just went for one day. And Bob Gurr was there, who was one of like the first Imagineers. And so I got to meet him and get a bunch of stuff signed, and I went ape. I bought so much stuff. But
I'm
I'm like,
sure.
the guy is 92. When am I ever going to get this opportunity again?
Probably not.
So, and
Probably
I
not.
got some stuff for David. I'll show you this. I have one of these. So I bought so much. I did negotiate, which I hate. It's not my thing. But I was like, since I'm buying so much stuff, could I get like a discount or something thrown in? And they're
Yeah.
like, okay, we'll throw in one extra tiki mug. And I was like, cool. So I'm going to give David one of those. But there's only 250 of these made. They have a brown color too, but it has the mint number on the bottom, and it's called a Gur Tiki, and it's his face. And
Oh, that's so cool.
yeah, but
Oh
that's
my
what it
God.
looks like. And then it's signed as well in gold by him.
That's so freaking cool.
Yeah. So, and it came with like I think there's somewhere else, but it came with a glass straw and like a coaster, and it's fun and cute. I saw him on this guy's podcast where he has a tiki bar in his house, and it's like an hour-long video. Alex actually sent it to me. But he's teaching the guy how to make a cocktail, and he drops so much like history and stuff. Like, if you haven't seen it, you should look it up. Just like, I don't know, Bob Gurr tiki interview or something like that. But
Okay.
so good. It was so good. I'm like, oh, he's such a cute man, like this adult. So he invented a lot of, he did animatronics, he did ride vehicles, he did the monorail. There's a really cool story of him riding the monorail for the first time with Walt Disney and Richard Nixon. And they got in and they took off, and security, what's it called? Secret Service was left on the platform, and they were literally chasing the thing down. And the three of them were just inside laughing like, oh my God, this is hilarious. Meanwhile, like, Secret Service is panicking because he's now on his own, unprotected.
Right.
So yeah, like that's stories that he has. There's a fire engine that still goes down Main Street, and he drove it. It only goes like 35 miles an hour or something. And he drove it from like San Diego to Anaheim on the 5 to transport it and stuff. But one of them, which corresponds to David's favorite ride, is the Doom Buggy. So I got this plaque thing.
Okay.
And
that's cool.
Yeah, he signed it. Also, you D-gens will like the year there.
Oh, yep. You DJs.
I'm speaking all of you in the comments. You know who you are.
Yeah. 1969.
So I got that for David as well. And then I had to get all of these ride posters because I was on a stream with Comics and Crypto, and they had me on and Metaverse Life, and we were showing off goodies. And Metaverse Life had just been to some store and he found all these ride posters and I was like insanely jealous. So I was able to get a bunch of these and have him sign every single one. So I got,
Dang.
so I got Haunted Mansion and I got that for, it's hard for me to do this reverse thing. There we go.
I know, girl. Me, I'm like this. I'm like
reverse camera thing. Even after all this time.
Every time.
Yeah, so I got all these and I might go to the frame store tomorrow. I need to get them framed.
Yeah.
This one will go outside because I have a tiki room in my backyard.
Oh, that's so cute. I really like that one.
No, I love the colors. Small.
Are any of them the ones that we have on the app?
Yes. This one is, somebody was just tagged me in this the other day that I would love to get airdropped. I don't know that it would happen, or I would just love to get this poster, but the opening day poster for Disneyland.
Damn, what? I didn't realize that your logo was from like the beginning.
Okay. Yeah, so this is the OG Disneyland sign. It was in front of the Disneyland Hotel way back in the day, but that was the old marquee. They actually have this sign that they sell, and I've wanted to buy it so many times, but yeah.
You need it. You need that thing.
I know. That's what I love so much about that logo that Smells Fun Comic Club Apparel made that for me. And I was just like, that was genius. So
yeah.
genius.
I love that.
Pirates.
So what, you have a poster for each park? Looks like it.
Pretty much each ride. I mean, it's pretty intense.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh, hey, there we go. That's the jungle one. That was one of my favorites for that drop that we had.
Yeah, I liked it too. This is the railroad.
Oh, yeah, that one looks cool too.
Here's another one.
Oh, there's the moon. To the moon.
Yeah. And then this one I got, which is controversial, but I have a very soft place in my special place in my heart for this ride, and it just shut down at Disney World, and we'll be shutting down and retheming in Disneyland as well. But the OG Splash Mountain poster, I have it signed. Come on.
Oh, nice. Dude, wait, so they're taking it out or they're just revamping it?
They're retheming it. They're retheming it. Lots of reasons why, but they're retheming it to Tiana's, and I've seen the mock-up for it, and it looks like it'll be amazing. So, yeah. It's just
gonna be for
it's my childhood.
Right. So, but that's gonna be, they're gonna turn it into like a Princess Tiana ride instead?
Ooh. Yeah, it'll be neat. And it totally corresponds with the area because it's like right next to New Orleans Square. They're getting, she's gonna have her own restaurant, so like the retheming will be really good.
That's cool.
Yeah, I just like, that's a very nostalgic ride for me. Like there's certain ones that just like hit the nostalgia button, and that was one of them. So
I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure the new ride is going to be amazing. I just I'm a little sad.
Yeah. Were you also able to go to Disneyland or Disney World when you were a kid too, like often, or was it just like
not super often?
Sometimes?
Not super often. I remember going when I was probably 7 to 9. And like my memory as a kid is I can't remember like a day or even like an elongated scenario. I can remember just like moments in time that just stood out to me. And literally like the only thing I can remember of that trip was being terrified of Mickey. Like, do not come near me. And I remember my parents wanting me to meet him. And I was like, no.
Was it like the old style Mickey? Because I'm not gonna lie, that guy's creepy. Yeah,
creepy AF. Like, why would I want to hear that thing?
Yeah, that's like the scary movie character. He looked creepy back in the day, dude. I do not know.
Like,
I agree.
It makes me so happy that my kids like love the characters, but they grew up with them. So it's like different when they like started going as infants. And seeing those characters all the time, whereas I just saw it for the first time and I'm like, that thing's gonna murder me. No, thank you.
Right. You're like, hell no.
Yeah. And then in high school, I went several times. I had a family member who worked for the company. So they would get like tickets at Christmas. And so sometimes I would get to go, but never like it wasn't ever like a yearly family event or anything like that. It was just here and there I would go, and I always loved it, but
I'm sure.
never had passes or anything because I am like on average 2 hours away. So
Yeah,
it's a long trip.
for sure. I feel that. Well, I feel like you definitely go a lot more now. And what do you think? I hear both, so I want to know how you feel. Do you feel like it was more fun when you were a kid, or do you feel like it's like so much more better as an adult?
Oh, it's way more fun as an adult. Way
Okay.
more fun. Two reasons. I love going with my kids and seeing it through their eyes, and like it's a fun activity for us. There's something constantly going on. They don't get bored. They know the place like the back of their hand. Like I will actually, my kid's only 7, and I'll send him off to go do a ride by himself. And he
Hmm.
doesn't have a phone or anything. Like I'll obviously keep an eye on him.
Yeah.
But they just have so much fun. We often meet up with other family when we're there. So it's a place where they can be with their family, like their cousins and stuff, experiencing the park together and building, memories and that bond and everything. So it's really special in that way. I always have a good time because I just love the energy. I mean, I always say I'm very energy driven, and there's just something about that place that just sort of like feeds my soul. And I walk in those gates and I sort of just leave the stress because I can't do anything about things I'm stressing about while I'm there, right? I
Right.
can't get a video edited. I can't fix a problem. I can't, do all the tasks around my house that need to get done on a daily basis. I have to let go when I'm there. I can't do anything about all the stuff. So it is escape where I'm able to just forget about all the stuff that's stressing me out and just be. I try to be present. Obviously, when I'm trying to do content and stuff at the parks, that can stress me out a little bit, and take some of my energy and time. But for the most part, I try to just be very present, and so I really enjoy that. And then adults only trip, like fun, so fun.
Yeah, your pictures
So
with the whole group look like super fun. I told Austin, I was like, next time when it's across the street from Disney, we definitely have to make sure to be in those plans too, because that looked like a blast.
yeah, for sure. That's funny. Village read my mind. His comment.
Is this what you were thinking I was gonna ask? I don't know. I feel like you would just give me an answer like, I can't pick a favorite.
Oh, I can.
Okay,
So, I like them. So I like certain parks for different reasons. I like Disneyland for nostalgia, history, and feeling like home. I like California Adventure because um, it's like more of an adult feeling playground for me. Plus, like that's where you can have alcohol and stuff, and like that's where my favorite ride Guardians is. And so that's like I'll usually start out at Disneyland, and then after lunchtime, I go over to California Adventure, and I'll get a cocktail, and then I like tell the kids, "Okay, it's mandatory rest time now," and I park somewhere and they just chill out for a little while. Or I'll take them to there's a park in that park, and I'll, just sit and chill. And like, so it's just very like Zen for me at that park. In Florida though, I love Epcot. I love
Me
Epcot.
too. That was my favorite. I just love that you get to see like the whole world and like through Disney. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Epcot was awesome.
Yeah. The new ride is just incredible. I love the Frozen ride. Yeah, I love walking around and just like getting a taste of like all the countries and stuff. And
Yeah,
that's like, I would equate that to like California Adventure, like the vibe I feel when I'm there. I just feel very like chill, relaxed. I'm here to like have some drinks and just
yeah,
like, I'm not in a hurry. Like, I don't feel like I have to get everything done. Like, I'm just sort of like, yeah, I'm just like hanging out. So that's why
yeah,
I like that one. And there are some really good rides there as well.
for sure.
Yeah, but I have to go. I have to go Disneyland if I'm picking California or Florida. It
Yeah,
has to be California. The ride times are shorter. There's more
I'm
history.
sure.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
I tend to have better customer service experiences in California as well. Not that I've had a bad one
Negative.
in Florida. It's just there's just something
Extra personable.
Yeah, I just feel like the people in California just go over and beyond just a little bit. I might agree with Darklink. He's saying Epcot's better than DCA. I might agree with that.
Mm.
It's tough for me though. It's tough for me.
Now, if I wanted to break your brain, I'll ask you who's your favorite Disney character.
Can't
But
do it.
I'm like, I don't need to try to do that.
I can't pick one. I can't pick a favorite character. I can't pick a favorite movie.
Top
Not even
5?
a favorite song. Like, I like the creatures. So like, I love Sully. He's certainly my favorite character to see in person at the parks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's so good. He's literally like 8 feet tall.
Really?
And, yeah, and huge. Like if he hugs you, he swallows you. Like so stinking cute. I can't handle it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I would love to see Baymax in person. I love Baymax. Yeah, and I just like all the animals. I love Maximus from Tangled. Tangled's probably one of my favorite like princess movies. But it's hard. I also love a
So
lot
you have to love Lion King then, obviously. That's all animals.
I do, but it's a little for me, it hits the emo a little too hard. I don't like the dad getting killed. I really hate that part.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
I like happy movies.
I get it. I feel you. Disney always has to get you involved with somebody dying. That's how they get you tied in, man.
Brutal, man. It's brutal.
That's how I felt with Frozen, like 2 minutes into the movie and their parents are dead. Like, Jesus.
That was dark, man. That was so dark.
I know.
Yeah, I definitely, and I love a lot of like the old nostalgic movies. I mean, I love Mary Poppins.
That's one of my favorites. I love Julie Andrews. I just love her. Love her. Yeah.
I geeked out this last visit I went, was that last Friday? My daughter pointed out the horse that she wanted for the carousel, and I'm like, you're my kid. She wanted Jingles, which is Julie Andrews.
Oh, that's awesome. So, I love that.
I was like right at the gate, and a lot of people don't know that. Like every horse has a name, and some of them are dedicated to people or named after people or named for somebody. Like there's ones that are, Walt's wife had a favorite horse, his daughter had a favorite horse. Like there's all sort of significance. You can actually pick up a paper at City Hall, and it will tell you. You can ask for like the names of the horses. Yeah, there's cool things like that you can grab. You can get recipes. You can get all sorts of stuff at the parks about either rides or food and stuff. But yeah, so the gate opened and I hightailed it over to Jingles, and I got her on Jingles and I took a picture, and I was just like, oh, that alone made my day, because that was so pretty. Yeah, she was living her best life. Oh, Pete's Dragon, yes, Village, another good one.
Pete's Dragon, damn, I haven't seen that in forever. I don't even remember.
That's my favorite.
I don't even remember the movie. I was too young when I watched it, and I've only seen it like once forever ago. So
my favorite float electrical light parade is Elliot. I love that float so much. And there's something else about that movie I was going to say. I don't remember, but another one I love is Robin Hood. I love just some of those.
I love Robin Hood. Yes.
I used to watch that one a lot. Yeah.
I'm sure, I mean, maybe not, but my family was the type of family that we like kept the same movie in the VHS for like a month before we even like switched it out to watch another movie, because we would just like rewatch it every single night. And my movie when I was young was The Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. Did you have one that you had stuck in your VHS for like a month for no reason? You're just like, I'm gonna continue to watch this every night to go to sleep.
I try to remember like certain ones, because there's certain like scenes from a movie that will like imprinted on my mind. I certainly watched Beauty and the Beast a lot, and I watched
Me too.
Little Mermaid a lot, and Rescuers Down Under. I love that one.
Oh, I love that one, especially the Down Under. Yes.
I literally almost bought the ornament. I was in the Disney outlet last Thursday, and they had the albatross with the mice in it. And
Oh, what?
it's an ornament, and I buy ornaments that speak to me. And I was like, it's talking. And I ended up getting it. Now I regret it.
Because now it talks every time you walk by, or what?
No, because I'm just like, it spoke to me, and I didn't buy it, and I should have bought it.
You should have.
I know.
That's what I started doing. Every year, I usually pick up more than one, but I've decided that once Austin and I got together and we bought this house, I was like, we're gonna have to put a Christmas tree up. So now every year, I am determined to get at least one Disney ornament every year for Christmas. But I've gotten like 5 every time, not just one. So
it's a slippery slope.
they're so cool. They have so many cool ones. Like, how am I supposed to choose which one? Like, then they have all the Marvel characters now too. Like, what do you want from me?
I'm wanting to look at now some of the movies from that time so I can see what I'm missing.
I loved Peter Pan. Peter Pan was one of my all-time faves. I love Tinkerbell.
DuckTales movie.
Oh, DuckTales. I love DuckTales
the Lost Lamp, where they have the lamp and free the genie. I love that one. I watched that one a lot.
I watched Cinderella a lot. I could literally love Gus Gus the mouse. I could probably like say that whole movie like verbatim all the way through, and I know like every line for Cinderella easily.
Hocus Pocus and Nightmare Before Christmas are 2 of my absolute favorites. I love those 2.
I love The Nightmare Before Christmas. I never knew that it was like tied to Disney because
they bought
I don't know.
It was Touchstone Pictures. And Disney bought it as
yeah, that's what I thought, because I was like, I knew it wasn't originally Disney, but I love that movie though. It's really good. I make sure to watch it every year for Halloween and Christmas. So
yeah, the same person that wrote that one wrote Edward Scissorhands.
Tim Burton, right?
No. He directed. Yes, he directed both, but
yeah.
Caroline Thompson is her name. She's actually a client of my best friend. And
she's the one that wrote them?
She wrote the scripts for him, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, really, really interesting storylines that I love. I love like the meaning behind those movies, even though they're so dark. They have like just really solid foundations for like what they're about. But the story I love to tell is that Edward Scissorhands, the character, was based off of her dog.
What?
Yeah, so it's about like an outcast, and her dog, I guess, was just like a total outcast, like, and just a weirdo, and like he inspired her to write that movie, and I was just like, that's crazy.
Yeah, and like it's like a household movie. Like, who doesn't know of Edward Scissorhands?
Yeah, I know,
and
right?
I'm sure nobody. I definitely didn't know that it was based off of her dog. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh no, my phone is at 5%. Should I go grab my charger real quick?
It's up to you.
It's up to you, girl.
I can keep going if you want, but if you want to call it, that's fine too. Totally up to you.
No. I would love hanging out. Let me go grab my charger real quick. I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Okie dokie. I'm gonna search more movies. Well, hi guys. Sorry, Land Before Time. Oh, Land Before Time is Disney. That one, I definitely remember watching that one as a kid. But that one hurt too. Will they kill off the mom? You haven't watched it? Bro. You need to fix yourself. I'm judging you. Definitely judging. All right, I need to go to 80s movies now. 80s Disney. Hey, dudes. Oh, wow. I didn't realize that Little Mermaid was 89. I thought that was in the 90s. Oliver and Company. That was a good one. Oh man, these are aging me. Splash. Oh, An American Tail. I remember that one. All Dogs Go to Heaven.
Oh, I love that one. That's a sad one though.
I just recently, oh, Mr. Champ. Um, I just recently, I lost my train of thought. It had to do with, oh yeah, yeah. It was somebody had like taken the All Dogs Gone to Heaven scene at the end, and I haven't seen that movie since I was a kid. But the end scene, oh, I'm gonna get emotional talking about it. I'm such a dork. And I was sobbing, like, oh, could not handle it.
Dude, there's a lot of scenes where Disney made me cry like a freaking baby.
Well, especially
Lion King has to
now
be
as a
like the
parent,
number one.
like
Sorry,
now
you
I
said?
think about it, like I think about it now as a parent, like, you know, we've had to put 2 dogs down. It was like brutal. And, you know, just like putting yourself in those shoes because you hurt so much for your kids and like you want to take that pain away and like just so seeing that scene with the dog laying on her, I was just like, oh,
I
we
know.
didn't even talk about it. Look at this. It's ridiculous.
We're just gonna start crying. We're gonna have
That's
two
such
girls
a
just crying
hero.
on stream.
Oh my
People are gonna
God.
enter like, what happened? I loved Hercules too. Vivi Fam Bam, good shout on that one.
Yeah, we can change the subject now. That wow.
It's okay. Hercules, classic. Yeah. I love Fox and the Hound too. I don't know if anybody said that one, but that one's another one that gets you all up in your feels. And Bambi, everything. Disney just gets you in your emotions, I'm telling you.
Brutal.
They know how to give it. But I think it's because Walt grew up without parents, you know? So that was like his way to like involve his own story in like get you guys emotionally involved the way that he just knew how, you know?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Oh, Lady and the Tramp. I love that.
Oh, that's one of my faves. I still say that's my favorite golden moment. Even though Elsa's way more beautiful, I love Lady and the Tramp. I love my dogs. So
I had a Cocker Spaniel as a kid, so I love
did
Lady and the Tramp.
you?
Yeah.
Oh, what was
Her
his
name
name?
her name was Daisy.
Oh, that's so cute. I love that.
Yeah. 101
Yeah, that was
Dalmatians is good too.
which one?
101 Dalmatians is good too.
Oh yeah, all the animal ones for sure. I don't know. Oliver and Company, that one's Disney, or
Yep.
it wasn't Disney. I don't remember. Or the Aristocats. I really like the Aristocats, and I wanted to punch that butler in his face. What's his name? Edgar? Stupid Edgar. Fuck you. Oh, I meant sorry.
I got a lot of feelings there.
Who backs up cats and throws them in a lake? Like you deserve nothing. Like you deserve to be in the dirt. Oh, that's the kind of stuff that obviously irks me.
So what other Disney stuff do you want to see on the app?
Ooh. Um Going back to Peter Pan, I would love to have Captain Hook, Peter Pan, Wendy, all the boys. Yeah, Tinkerbell. I was sad when they discontinued the Golden Moments because this whole time I've been waiting for the Tinkerbell Golden Moment. I'm like, we're gonna get her for sure, and we never did. So I'm like, no.
I thought we did too, but I don't know. I think we could see her tied to this 100 stuff because I bought some merch and is she in this one? She's not on that. I have a castle back here. But I got an ornament and she's in platinum in the ornament and like this little sort of half open dome thing. And
Mhm.
then I have a pillow that says Disneyland 100 and she's like flying over the Disneyland logo.
Oh,
Yeah, so maybe I feel like we'll get her this year. I feel like we have to. She's such a like sort of like has, a cult following, just like,
Yeah,
Pooh has a cult following, Stitch has a cult following. She's another one that has a cult following that I think will
for
probably.
sure. I mean, she's second to Mickey, right? Because in the beginning it was Mickey, Steamboat Willie, in the beginning of all the Disney videos, and then they went to Tinkerbell doing her whole fly around and do the little ding, and then now it's going back to Steamboat again. So those two are like the face. I know that
Icon.
obviously you could say Minnie Mouse, but like no, in my eyes, it's definitely Mickey and Tinkerbell, if you ask
Yeah,
me.
they're definitely icons of the brand, I would say.
Yeah, definitely.
Fingers crossed.
Right. What's one that you're hoping that we can get this year?
I'm not sure if you've heard this, and this is like, I don't know if the technology will allow it, but I know you would geek out over this one. Is I want an animated Cinderella dress transformation.
Ooh, girl. What? Like her going from like her ripped up
Perhaps.
dress to like the big blue beautiful sparkly dress. Oh yeah. Girl, I would be on top of that.
That would be a grill for me though, because that's Walt Disney's favorite piece of animation. So that would be like definitely a grill for me.
Yeah, definitely. That would be, especially if they got the animation right, it would be definitely one of the tops. If we're talking about an animated one, I would love to see a Maleficent turning into like the dragon. Like that's one of my like
Yes,
super rare animated ones that I want to see. Like we have to get it,
that would
or
be
I'm gonna be so bummed.
that would be amazing. I think I heard that, and maybe it was you or it was somebody else, but I heard somebody else mention that before, and I was like, oh God, that would be so good.
That's like the one I definitely want for sure. But I think even for Snow White or for Snow White, I love Snow White too, but for Cinderella, one of my favorite parts or like scenes is when she's like scrubbing the floors and looking at her reflection in the bubble. If we just got a stagnant her like with the bucket on the floor looking in the bubble, like
That's
that would
pretty.
be beautiful. I would love to see something like that from Cinderella for sure.
Yeah,
I want all the seven dwarfs and Snow White, of course. That's like the first Disney princess. We have to have them.
that would be good too. Like you can do so much stuff. Like, you can just see people stacking stuff like that and just messing around with them, having little armies of dwarves.
Oh my gosh, that would be awesome. And
That would be
then,
really cool.
or like if you collected all of them, it would make them do like the hi ho, it's off to work we go. That would be
Oh,
crazy.
that'd be really cute if they did that. I'd also love, somebody was saying Digital Snowflake was saying more Pixar stuff. I agree. I would love to have like a bunch of aliens.
Ooh, like from Toy Story, you're saying?
Yeah.
Yes,
Saying
I
like,
would love that.
ooh, that's what they do.
Ooh, yeah. I said that when we were getting the Buzz drop, and I was already upset that it wasn't like our OG Buzz, it was the new Buzz for FA. I was like, that's lame. But I was like, well, maybe next time when we get real Buzz, we'll get some aliens with him and Bo Peep, because I would love to have Bo Peep.
But do you get classic Bo or do you get Toy Story 4 Bo? Or do
I
you get
like
her?
Toy Story 4 Bo, where she's just like, I'm independent, I'm rocking this world, like nobody owns me. Like that's the Bo I like.
Or maybe you could get it so that she could be either or. That'd be cool too. Like
Right?
the dress removal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be awesome. I don't know. There's so many Disney characters. Like, think about it, since technically Simpsons is Disney, just Simpsons alone, we have so many characters to come to the app still.
I wonder when they'll be dropping more Simpson stuff. That's an interesting point.
I've been
I
waiting for that. I want Otto, man. He's the best one. I just want Otto. That's it.
I really want a Sully. Really bad.
Yeah. Hey, I have Sully back here as a Funko.
Oh, awesome.
He's in my case, so I can't grab him for you, but
Yeah, that's awesome. I hope they do that really well where you can like see like the fibers, like the hair fibers and stuff.
yeah.
That'd be
They
really
did really well on the Cheshire Cat. Like, he
Mhm.
looks like a plush toy, tell me not. I was surprised they didn't make him the animated one, because it would have been cool if, like, you seen his swirls, like, disappearing, like how he does in the movie. But that doesn't mean that they won't change it in the future. Like, they've gone back and said that they'll add animation to others, so
That's what I
why
said.
rule that one out? Yeah.
That's my speculation. Is, I mean, I hope that they animate it in the future, because it's already primed. The way even his pose is primed to be an animated collectible. So,
Definitely. I agree.
and that one would have been the first one you would think of to be animated, right?
Exactly.
Everybody would have thought, like, either, you know, he goes invisible and he just has this grin or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
But,
it's
you know, they couldn't do that because the whole invisible Miles thing is still like pretty dope and hype. They don't want to take away from Miles and give it to a cat. That's my speculation on it.
fair. That's fair. Yeah. I mean, I could see all three of those getting animated, because she's even like got that curtsy pose, right? So she could do one where she
Like the whole, yeah, or like the recite the whole whatever, the alligator's mouth or whatever. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I haven't seen that movie in a long time, actually.
I just rewatched it because we had the drop, so I rewatched it that day. But
Oh, and then I'm itching my ear and I've got my Jack earrings on. I want Nightmare Before Christmas so bad.
so bad, dude. I was hoping that we were gonna get it for Christmas this year. Everybody was like, the Grinch, the Grinch, the Grinch, and I'm like, Jack, Jack, Jack. We want Jack.
Yeah,
But we didn't either.
that one's hard for them because of licensing issues, because
Jack.
Nightmare Before Christmas, because I don't know. I mean, Alex had said that that one is tricky. That was like basically what he said, and left it at that.
Mhm.
But so like my brain thinks that Tim Burton is probably still involved, and so you'd have to negotiate both Disney and Tim Burton, or whatever that other team is. And so
Yeah,
I think it's just a lot harder.
for
But
sure.
I'll keep my hopes up, because man, I would
Let's
love
just,
some Nightmare
we could both write a letter to Tim Burton, you know? Hey, we really love Jack. And Boo. I don't know who's your favorites, because I can't just say my own. Do you like
um
the Boogeyman, or who's your
well, and
fave?
I love animals, so I love Zero. um who would be my other favorite? Probably Jack.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Digital Snowflake said, imagine if you had the Danny Elfman music. Oh,
Whoa.
I would
Let's
die.
do it.
Oh, yeah. That would then be like my new probably favorite thing on the entire app. If I had like the music behind it, plus those characters, oh, I would just go nuts. That would be so good.
Okay. Well, then maybe you'll like this speculation, because everybody's like, who wants a poster? Who cares about a poster? What can you do with the poster? What if you had the poster and it was like, because you know how way back in the day, I don't know, I mean, I would hear this from other content creators that like we will be able to like go through the book as if it's like a movie, like in AR kind of, and like experience the book like in 4D pretty much. But what if we're doing that with the poster? Because like all those rides, so like now that you have this poster, now you can do this digital ride.
Oh, that would be cool.
Right. So get
Glad
those
to have 'em all.
posters.
Um, did you go for the Minnie Mouse drop?
I did. I did go for it. I hit 191 of the ultra rare. So
Nice. That's pretty good.
yeah, I should have sold right away so I could have made some more money on it, but you know, now I'm just gonna hold it. Austin and I collect sequential bins, so
Hmm.
I was trying to find one to flip it for, but I didn't see one. The ultra rare is my favorite one as far as the style goes. Did you
Me
go
too.
for it? Yeah.
I did. I only got one, but I I got a common, of course.
Ah,
It was like I think my mint was 494 or something like that. I haven't bought any others yet. I would really like to complete that set, because I have all the Disney sets, but
yeah, see, that's
pricing's
how I
hard,
feel.
man.
I have all the Disney sets. I even have all the other posters and everything too. Just one. I'm not like stacking a whole bunch or anything
Yeah,
like that.
same.
Um, but yeah, this is gonna be the only one that I'm not gonna have. I don't know if I really want to go through and spend the money on like all of them right now, because like this market. I mean, it's probably only gonna go down a little from here.
Yeah, I'm trying to be patient because I think we're going to be, I mean, Alex has said that we're going to get hit with some big stuff. So, which who knows what that is,
The
but
V100, Lambo. I mean, he says he's been speculating in our space in J space that we're gonna be getting an action character from the 80s, and all of us are speculating it's gonna be Indiana Jones. So we have
oh,
some pretty
wow.
because the Indiana Jones movie's coming out next month.
Good point. That'll be crazy if they get that because Disney doesn't even have his IP for the ride. They don't have his likeness.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So like that when we first got into what was the first drop that was an issue with? Maybe it was Thor. Um or there was spec and people were wanting to have a certain character drop, and I said that some of them are going to be hard to do because of likeness rights, because that's a whole nother legal battle
Right.
slash realm. And yeah, they
Does
don't
this matter? I don't know. Lucasfilms does?
they've got the rights to Harrison Ford for Han Solo, I think is what he's saying.
Um,
But like Disney doesn't have rights for him as Indiana Jones. I'm sure they're separate contracts. So maybe that has been fixed or whatever, because maybe they're gonna, I mean, who knows? Maybe they're gonna revamp the ride in conjunction at some point.
yeah.
So yeah, that would be pretty cool to see his likeness rights come out for that.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I mean, I think it would be even cooler to get like Tomb Raider or Alien, in my personal opinion, but I guess we'll see. It's always fun to speculate and see what actually comes. Then we can be like, "Oh, I told you so."
I like that we're getting kind of more back into that, because that was part of what made it so fun is
Yeah,
we just have spaces and just talk for hours about speculation, what we think could drop, and our imaginations would sort of run wild, and it was fun. And then it was fun to see like who got it right, and pricing and all that kind of stuff. I thought those were always fun conversations, and it still kept
I
it
was I was never
positive.
good at the price predictions. I've never been, and I'm still not good at price predictions. I'm like, don't ask me. I'm gonna totally tell you the wrong thing.
Yeah, I'm never good at like afterwards. Like I would not have believed that this Minnie Mouse poster would be sitting at where it's sitting at right now. The
Girl,
Sacred, I did not think it was gonna be sitting this high.
you're telling me like I was surprised. Well, because first, since I got the ultra rare, I went and looked at the floor, and I think like off the bat it was like $80, and I was like, okay, that's it, decent. Like I can make $50. But I was texting Austin to see what he got because I was at work at the time because we like collect together or whatever. So I was like, what did you get? He's like, I didn't even get the drop. I'm like, what? No way. And so I went to go list it, and it was already down to like 39, and I was like, what happened? Like what? Whoa, okay. But I didn't expect them to do like immensely great, so I guess I should have like sold right away, especially when I seen it at the 80 mark. But oh well, like I said, I like the poster, so I don't mind holding it for a
Yeah, I think it's
little
still
bit.
a little bit of hype there. I mean, the most of the people that have theirs listed, they have them listed because they don't really care about it, and they're just being
Right.
patient with how much money they're wanting. But as we start getting into a gem crunch for some of the drops that are going to be coming, I think the prices will start coming down.
For sure. Yeah.
Because
I
I want
don't
to be
doubt it. Did you hold on to your comment and to like
yeah.
complete the set, or do you like
I don't sell. Sorry, I keep yawning. I don't sell anything under retail. I I
might as
understand
well
some
hold
people.
it, right?
I understand some people just want some gems back, but if it's like for me, if I'm gonna be unhappy about anything that I get, then like it's not worth me risking the money. I'd rather than just go buy it in the market.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm like, got a common, but I'm just gonna keep it because I doesn't make sense to me to sell for a loss.
Most expensive comment on there. No, I'm just kidding.
I just yeah, I just don't understand how people operate that way. Like I'm not shade. That's not a slight. Like I don't understand it. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, sure, I can get some of my money back and put it towards something, but I still am operating at a loss. And then if I
I mean,
go to
it's
the
all a
next thing and I
gamble
sell that under retail, you're now then doubling your loss, and your loss just continues to grow and grow and grow. And at one point, are you like satisfied with what you get? You
for
know what I mean?
sure.
So
Yeah. It's all a gamble, you know. You even if you hit a common, if you hit a 2-digit common, you can make money on that, you know. So I feel like these days, like people are just trying to gamble to make that gem because it's so hard these days to flip and like make money on the market right now. So drop days, it's like you're just hoping for the best, and unfortunately, like you never had the intention to hold this at all. And if it doesn't make you money, now you're just like whatever floor, move on, you know. So
yeah, and I only go for drops that I actually want the collectible. Like if it's something that I'm like, I'm on the fence, I don't know that I really want it, then I don't go for it because of, maybe I could get a good mint. If I don't
right.
want it, and I don't even take that gamble at all. But like a lot of these things, even the stuff that I love, that's the one thing that if I did, I've never hit a two-digit mint. If I ever did hit a two-digit, I would probably sell that and upgrade, or like then make some profit and
And
finish the
just pick
set
up floor.
and,
Yeah,
and yeah, pick up a floor mint, because while I understand the importance of mints and I like important mints, I just don't have the budget to do that kind of
for sure.
shopping. So I'm just happy completing sets and or stacking things that I like or whatever. So
For sure.
that's what I
So
would do.
you don't like mint hunt anything in specific, or like obviously if you see a 333, like it
If I
kind of
see
catches
something
your eye.
that has either like a 33 or a 55, I will, and it's, two above the floor, I'll typically go for that
Yeah.
instead. Yeah. Or just in general, like if the floor mint is say we're looking at these posters, say there's a 689 at the floor, but then two away from that is like a 254, and there's like $1 or $2 difference, I'm gonna pick a lower mint.
Spend the $2, yeah, to
Yeah.
get a little one for sure.
That kind of stuff I'll be like selective about, but I don't mint match and mint hunt too much, really. I just can't. I would if I could.
Yeah, I used to not, and now Austin's like super heavy into doing the whole sequential thing, which it makes sense because it's like the like most rare thing to like get if you're gonna be a mint hunter, I guess, is getting like the sequentials or like the binaries, I guess. But binaries are expensive. I don't know how people are collecting those, that's for sure. But it started when all this like bear market first started happening, and now like when things have kind of like settled and like not so much boring, but like it's not like daily content and like how can we make money today, you know? So now we're just like pretty much mint swapping out everything. We'll see like a sequential like $5 above floor, so like we'll just go floor ours and pick that one up. And so right now that's what we've just been doing, kind of, is just mint swapping. And Austin for the last 3 drops have gotten a sequential digit that's just like one number off, so it'll be like 32320. He's like, they're doing this on purpose. I'm like, don't get mad, it's okay.
No, there's so many times where I'm like, maybe this time I'll get a really, really good mint. I always like hope and pray for it, but yeah, I don't really have great mint success. I've never landed a mint that was like an awesome year mint, or yeah, just something like really valuable.
Super cool. Yeah, I mean, I finally did hit a 2-digit on drop for the phase 1 tings, bomb tings, or scale ones elephants or whatever.
Mhm.
For the phase 1 I hit that and I got, I think, like mint 59. I was like,
Nice.
this is so cool. I wanted to hold it, and then Austin's like, we don't care about decon stuff. And I'm like, why? Why don't we? Yes, we
I'm
do. I love Scat One. And he's like, but Kyla, we can't afford everything on the app. Do you want Disney or do you want Scat One? I'm like, why do you do this? Why do you make me choose? But
Did you sell it?
I did. I did sell it.
Did you make profit on it?
Yeah, I think I profited only like 30 gems, but it went under retail and I still profited 30. So not
Yeah.
too
So
bad.
did you have like the common one or something?
Yeah. Yeah, the phase 1, the colorful one. I think that's the common or
Oh,
uncommon. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, but that was like the best like mint I've ever hit. I was like blown away. I was like, a 2-digit, what? Like losing my mind.
One of my friends got two digits, like 2 drops in a row. I'm like, come on.
What?
Yeah, I was so jealous. I'm like, that's crazy.
Dude, Austin's boss, we got him into Vivi, and he owns like the electrical company that he works for, and he stays hitting secret rare comics every time.
Oh,
I'm like, okay, I just need to like tell Vivi to shut off my account and reopen it, because obviously the newer accounts have better luck or something. Like he hits a
algorithm
lot of
is set
secret
for
rare.
them.
But he also holds a bunch, so I'm almost wondering like if Vivi like has an algorithm behind it. Like if you have, like 50 commons, like you're probably gonna hit a common on drop because the algorithm thinks that's what you're trying to collect. I wonder. I know they say it's randomized, but who
Yeah.
knows? You know?
That's crazy. Village said that Rolex hit a 1, 2, 3, 4 SR on the next day of 41 common.
Yeah, he's been on a roll. I'm super happy for him because like just being in spaces the couple months I have, he never hits good stuff. Like I swear he does not have good luck on drops. He's like, well, here's like the highest min ever. I'm like, dang, man. And he
That's
collects the 41s, so that's super awesome for him. He deserves it.
super awesome. Yeah, so hopefully I hit the comic. I have like low mint run comics. I have like a really hard time hitting, so I hope I hit it. But
Tomorrow, on tomorrow's
I think
comic?
it's tomorrow, isn't it? The Spider-Man one? And then
Yeah, I think so.
another one on Thursday. They're both
Yep.
good.
Yeah, I mean, according to Impacts, I totally listen to his opinion. So as long as you're not steering me wrong, Impacts, they're both good. No, I definitely want to. I need to look them up and see like the value. But I don't know. I kind of stopped looking into like the Go Collect's value because just because it's in that much in real life doesn't really ever mean that it'll hit that point digitally. Maybe since we'll have burning, but the reason why those comics are so expensive is because the scarcity of people not taking care of them, allowing them to get ruined, and only certain people like got them graded. So, you know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see how it like plays out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see them necessarily hitting the same value as their real life counterparts because of scarcity and
Yeah,
it's a different
nostalgia
yeah.
for sure.
But
Yeah,
but I mean, I do see the potential in them being obviously way more valuable than they are now. And like,
for sure.
a certain percentage. I mean, I don't know how one would equate it, but I think I think when this stuff takes off, there are going to be people that really want to collect these things, and especially some of these scarce ones or key books. I could see really going up in value. So,
Yeah,
oh,
definitely. We have a lot more FAs to go, so that's what
I'm
I
gonna go
try to
take a
tell
look at this.
people to like up their spirits because like we all can't hit a secret rare, Of course I wish we all could, but unfortunately that's not how the cookie crumbles. So if you don't hit the SR this time, or if you sleep through the drop, I know it seems like it's like the world's over in that moment, but we have so many more, you guys. It's okay.
Oh, and I'm with Village. I want those Disney 100 comics to come. Did you get any of those?
Ooh, I sure did. I got 3 of each one. I can't wait for them to come in. I did like a
No,
pre-order
I want mine
on
to
eBay.
deliver.
I know. Well, I got like a bundle package for like the first 3. So like they've just
Same.
recently released the Iron Man one, but the first 3 I'm having like it's all coming in a bundle. So March 8th, once the last book releases, it'll like all of them will be sent to me at one time. So
That's
I have
probably
to
when I'll
wait.
get mine as well.
Yeah. But yeah, so I ordered 3 of each of those, and then I seen the Iron Man one got released, so I also bought 3 of those. I'm gonna try to buy 3 of each one so I can.
Are you gonna grade them?
Yeah, I want to send. Maybe all of them in to get graded. I don't know. I guess we'll just have to see when I receive them. But yeah, I definitely plan to keep one for my own collection because I need them in my life. but
I love them. They look
they're
so
so
good.
cool. I
I just
love
love how
them.
they look.
Yeah,
I was really, really hoping that I would get at least the first one delivered this week because I have a pretty stellar interview on Friday, assuming no hitches come up, but I would love to have it in person for the interview. Yeah, I just still wouldn't get it in time at this point because I assume it's coming from New York.
yeah, most likely. Where did you get yours?
I
From
did.
like
Well, I'll
the
take that back.
official website?
I did the Comic Mint for the first 2, and then I did Golden Apple for the next 3.
Okay.
But I
Yeah, Golden
haven't gotten
Apple.
any notification of shipping yet.
Yeah, Golden Apple sometimes takes a little bit. I have never gotten comics from there, only Funko Pops, but yeah, I don't know.
Well,
We'll have
maybe I'll try emailing them and ask them when they are shipping. I might do that. And then it's like I could go out to I've got a comic book store near a store I'm going to go to tomorrow. I could go look, but I've heard that like most comic book stores have sold out of them.
Yeah, most likely. I wouldn't doubt if those ones flew off the shelves.
Yeah, I could call tomorrow. It might be worth me going and picking it up for my interview. I would love to have one of those in person.
Yeah. So far the only one that's like in the stores, like the comic book stores, is the one where Mickey's cap, right? On the front. Or did they drop multiple? Just that one, right?
Just that one, and then the black and white version of it. I did see that.
Yeah.
I think it was the Comic Mint, maybe it was Golden Apple, that one of them recently got the black and white variant for the Gauntlet. I think.
Oh dang! I don't even think I seen that. What?
Golden Apple, yeah.
Avengers 4. Okay, thanks, Village. Coming in with that comic knowledge.
So there's
Oh.
the black and white on there now.
Oh yeah. That's cool.
It's still
See,
available.
those are cool.
Yeah, but
I think that the ones that we got on Disney or on Disney, the ones that we got on Veve are cool too. The Pagino or yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be in a different language, but it's in English.
Right? I know. I remember that was like something that we were talking about in Spaces and stuff before the drop. Was people were like, "Is it going to be English though, or Italian? Like,
Right.
What are we going to be getting?"
But I wonder how you get a physical of that, because I would like even a physical of that to just match my digital.
Somebody said they found them on eBay and they're cheap.
Really?
Yeah, I thought somebody said that they found them for like less than $10 on eBay.
Dang, I'm gonna have to get some. I wonder if the originals are in Italian. Obviously, right? They have to be.
I have no idea.
I don't know. Do you think that we're gonna get these Marvel Disney comics on Veve? Makes sense if we do, right?
I hope so. I thought if we did that we would have gotten them sort of like in conjunction with the release dates.
Mm-hmm.
But since that didn't happen, now I don't know.
Maybe Marvel just wants to see like how they do in RL before they do them digitally. Yeah. I don't know.
I would love these came to the app because I would totally stack them.
Right. I want all of them.
Yeah. I'm looking at Village's comments.
He's writing us a book. Got a nice stack, those. Yeah.
So he said he couldn't find the Topolino. It sounds like just original artwork. Okay. I thought somebody said that they found them on eBay and they were cheap.
Maybe they're not in the States. Do you
maybe not
communicate with anybody that's overseas?
I have somebody I could ask. Might be able to get me one.
Yeah. Oh well. Those are cool though. I like the cover arts. I really like the one with like the I don't know, what is it, a beanstalk on it or whatever? I don't know. Disregard.
I'm like, what?
There's like a variant where they're like, I don't know, maybe not.
How many people are watching right now?
We have 14.
I'm tempted to drop a little alpha, but I'm debating because I've been keeping it a secret.
Ooh. I mean, I'm not opposed. I'm sure they're not.
So, assuming everything still stays on schedule and according to plan, I will have the artist for the Disney 100 comics on my channel on Friday.
Wait, sorry, say that again?
The artist who did the Disney and Marvel 100 comics, I have an interview with him on Friday.
Hey, let's go.
But
Dude,
he's Italian.
he's Italian.
And he doesn't speak English. So
Oh.
I am working with a guy in New Zealand who said he can translate for me, but now we have 3 different times scheduled. And so like one is 6 p.m., one is 6 p.m., and one is 9 a.m. And so it's been very, very tricky. I've been working on this for like 3 weeks.
Gee.
And I'm very nervous because I've never done this. Like I'm even nervous about just getting on the screen with him and the other guy not being there and us just staring at each other. And I'm like, ciao.
Right.
I don't know how to talk to you. I'm so nervous.
No, it's gonna be great. That's so cool. Dude, I don't know how you do all your like connecting or whatever, but like you're always getting all the good interviews. I always tell people, I'm like, is this your first interview? Like, on YouTube, they're like, oh no, Veve Magic. It's always no Veve Magic. I'm like, she gets everybody before me. Save some for me, Veve Magic. Gee.
Sorry.
But no, I'm not mad. All jokes. But like, yeah, you do so well at like organizing and figuring out your interviews. It's awesome. I love that.
I try. It's a lot of it's hard work to get these organized sometimes, but
I'm sure.
Yeah, so I have my list of questions all prepared already. You know, the other alpha is he didn't know what Veve was. So
He does or doesn't?
Does not.
Ooh.
He did not know what Veve was. So that's another. I mean, granted, like some of these artists you meet in person, I've gotten like some of my stuff digitally signed, some of my comic books, and those artists didn't know that they're English speaking, and they didn't know their stuff was on Veve. So that doesn't necessarily mean anything. But I'm just saying, like, part of the reason I don't think it's coming in anytime soon is he's like, "What's Veve?" But there's also been other artists that are on the app already that had no idea they were. So
for sure, yeah,
it's about communicating with the company, not the individual comic book artist.
Right. Because they take their commissions, and now that book is theirs. They could do whatever they want with it, for sure. Dang, but that's so cool. That's gonna be this Friday.
Yeah, I won't do live. That would be a disaster. No. I'm gonna record. Okay. And then probably air it Sunday or Monday.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be looking for that one. That's going to be a good one.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's like I want it, and I tried to, because I don't know how. I did use Google Translate to send him questions, and I don't know like how spot on it is for one-to-one, something. Right. So I tried to use like very like basic words, like not like too intricate of words that it wouldn't translate the same.
Right. You're like Web3 interoperability and
yeah, exactly. Like so I'm trying to keep it kind of simple, but I want it to be interesting. And it's hard because I can't just talk to him. Like I wish I could just talk to him and let things sort of naturally progress, but it's impossible for me. I mean, unless the other guy started talking to him, but like this person I don't even have a relationship with either. So it's just like this sort of weird trifecta of people I'm trying to bring together and really, really hope it turns out well.
I'm sure it'll be great. Shake those nerves off, girl. It's okay. It's going to be good. If anything, I would just, I've been in a situation where I was a caregiver, and the lady I was caring for only spoke sign language, and obviously I don't know sign language. I would love to learn. I'm actually wanting to start learning it soon. But anyway, so she would have her interpreter there, and I felt bad to like look at her interpreter and not look at her because like that's her talking, but I'm
Right.
like looking at him, so I like know what's going on or whatever, you know. What she would tell me, well, what the interpreter would tell me is that you just have to listen to me. You don't need to look at me while I like move my hands. I'm just doing that so she knows that I'm getting her point across for you. She's like, just look at her and imagine that my voice is theirs, you know, like I'm not even here. I'm like a ghost. Like I'm nobody, you know? So maybe that'll help you. So like when, even though he's going to be reiterating whatever he said to you, you can still be like looking at him and maybe both. I don't know. I was
Yeah.
trying to give helpful tips, but it'll be
Well,
interesting.
yeah. And I reached out to the community to try and get a translator, and I had like 4 people come back, but like 2 of them aren't comfortable with being on camera, which I get. But I feel like this is the kind of situation where I need everybody to be on camera so that you can like, I need to be able to read body language as well. Like that's going to be huge for this. And I also need him, the artist, to be able to see the person he's communicating with directly for his own comfort, right? Like he doesn't want to talk to a black box and be like, I hope he understood what I just said and can say it back to now her. So this is like kind of the only way I can do it. Unless, I mean, the other thing is I could have just done like written out questions and had him respond, and then I just like share his responses, but that's not fun. Like,
yeah, no,
to be more interactive and
for sure,
see him and get to see what he
and
looks
engage.
like. Yeah,
You can't ask personal questions and like build on a conversation if you're just like, here's your test, please give me the answers and I'll read them back, you know. So for sure.
But he's been really I mean, granted, I'm using Google Translate, and then when he sends me the response I put it in and get, you know, his response. But he's been very, very kind and lovely, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, that's going to be a really awesome one. I look forward to it. So does Village, and all of the fam says you got this, man. So
Thanks,
you have all of us behind you. You're the perfect person to do it. You're like the best at interviews, in my opinion, for the community. So
I might need a little liquid courage for that one.
girl, it's funny that you say that because just recently, like maybe 4 streams ago, I stopped like doing a little drink before my streams, but literally all the way up until like last month, I was still having to do like a little drink or something before I would do my stream, just to like ease the nerves a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, you better believe I had a glass of wine before I did my David interview.
Oh, I'm sure, dude.
I was like, oh my God. I was just like shaking like a leaf. I had to like,
sure.
Yeah.
And you guys are friends, so you're silly for being nervous for that one.
Well, I didn't know him then, though. I had met him.
That's true. That's true.
So, I mean, now I would be way more comfortable. Now it would be like relatively easy, but yeah.
But back then,
I'm like, I don't even know if you're ever meeting me. Like,
right.
But yeah, no, just ones I'm really nervous for. Because I operate, even though I internalize all my anxiety. So I come across very cool and everything, but I'm a ball of nerves inside. So sometimes a one cocktail helps just mellow me out.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing you can really do unless you start telling him that like BB's shit. So like you're not going to do anything wrong.
Yeah.
So, just keep that in mind. You can't mess up anything, right?
Hope not. Well, this is why I don't like doing lives on my channel. I've only done a couple, but it's not about like being on screen and talking live. It's more just like the technical difficulties that I've had in the past with trying to figure out how to, because I was doing it with Zoom, and Zoom is super unuser friendly.
So difficult.
Oh my God. I watched so many YouTube videos on it, and then I tried to do it at Disneyland, and it just died, and I had no idea. And I'm still like walking around for the next 10 minutes and had no idea that like the stream had cut off because the internet is crap there.
Wow.
So like, I just feel like every time I try to do something, I'm like really struggling with it. So I'm like, maybe it's just not meant for me.
Well, you use StreamYard now, right?
So I just did the one I did last Friday, the Friday before, I guess the Friday before. That was that was StreamYard. And that was
Yeah.
way easier. Way easier.
I recommend that to anybody starting up because Vivi Vault, he uses Zoom, and I like that he is able to do like quick memes and like they pop up and like go away and all that stuff. I'm like, I like that he gets to do all that like cool like editing, I guess, while he's like in his video. But it's just too much. I sat there and tried to like you said, YouTube it and look it up, and like it's just too
It's
intricate.
too
Like you
much work.
definitely have to have like two monitors. Like it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
So StreamYard's definitely easier for sure.
Yeah, I gotta keep, there's only so much I can like take on at a time, especially when doing a video. Like it's very easy when I'm doing an interview, it's very easy to like get distracted because you ask a question and you're listening, but you're also in your head preparing the next one, right? And like I'll
Yep.
stand at my notes so I can get it in my head. But then I'm like, I still have to stay focused, and I couldn't do interviews live unless they were completely unscripted. Like, when I did the chat in Silicon, that was just like shooting the breeze. Like
Yeah.
that's no problem. But if I were to try and do something scripted, I can't do it.
Yeah. No, I know. Like, I try to like I am hard on myself a lot, and I'll be like, man, you don't come off professional enough, Kyla. Like, people probably don't even care to watch your channel because you're not asking like pinpoint questions. But I started my channel because I wanted people to get a feel for like your personality and for like you. So I never come with questions and like I mean, of course I have a couple written down here for like if it like dies down for a second, I'm like, okay, what do we talk about next, But like when I first started doing this, like I have a whole notebook of like the questions I had written down for Randy and Gail and like all these people because I thought I needed it to be like spot on, like this is an
Yeah.
interview, like here's my cards and you're gonna answer this. But I'm just not that kind of person. Like how you're super like perfectionist and like things need to be to a T. I'm like, that just stresses me out. I'm like, because then I miss like a cue or something. And I'm like, the whole thing's over. This is ruined. Like I'm done. So
No,
it's
it's good that everybody has their own style. Like that's
yeah.
what I love too, is like, I want to try and have my own voice and my own way of doing things and the sort of things that I like go after. And I think for the most part, everybody sort of has their own voice, their own perspective. And that's what makes it so great, is there's something for everybody. Or there's a lot of people that like to consume it all and
Yeah,
nuggets from each person that they watch. So
definitely.
yeah. And it's
Yeah,
awesome
that's
that there's still so many of us around too. I mean, with,
oh,
just the
for
market
sure.
and everything. I mean, you know, everybody's down in their portfolios and everything, but for the majority of us, I mean, there's some YouTubers that are obviously pretty successful, but for the majority of us, like we're not making money here either. We're doing this out of it because it's a passion project and we love it. So,
Definitely.
but that's saying something for us. We should be proud of ourselves for continuing on.
Well, for me, it's easy because the community is just so awesome. Like I always say, even if this project were to go to zero, I hope that we all just disappear and like don't do spaces or like hang out anymore. Just because like if Vivi decided to like drop off the planet, like I have gained some real like tight connections. Like I don't want to lose these people. Like I really do consider them my friends. So I'm not gonna sit here. Yeah, I mean, obviously at the end of the day we're all here hoping that one day we can make really good money or enjoy the metaverse or like whatever your actual like at first goal was when you came here, but then you start getting to know some of the community, and maybe I'm just a sap, but like
Not at all.
that's been enough for me. Like I said, if this went down to zero, I'm still going to be like, this was a great run, a great experience. I got to take on like a bunch of different stuff. I would have never ever seen myself having a YouTube channel and like putting myself out here like this. But like I had community members telling me like, you need to do this, like you're outgoing, like your heart should be shared with the community, like people need to know who you are. And like they help build that confidence in me, like I wouldn't have I don't know. Like, I'm in the same boat as you. Vivi has definitely like changed my life, and I love it. Like, I don't care if it goes to zero and we could just play with our collectibles in our vault. Like, it was the building here that did it for me. So
I agree. So well said. I'm glad that you've had such a great support system too. I mean, the community is great. Like, you know, any success that we have doing this, like, we certainly owe a lot of it to the community who has supported us and embraced us and lifted us up. You know, there are a handful of people that when I'm not feeling magic, you know, that I'll you know, reach out to, or you know, every now and then somebody will say, I haven't heard from you in a little bit. How you doing? And I'll say, oh, I'm, you know,
yeah.
I'm just going through some stuff. And it's nice to have, you know, a few people that have really got your back and support you. And,
Yep.
you know, that's
Exactly.
definitely have family. And, yeah, that's been the greatest joy for me throughout all of it. It's just, yeah, the people that I've met. I'm going to see, Silicon in 2 weeks, and there's a lot of fam up there, and I'm hoping that I can see them when I'm there, but it's going to be a short trip, so it's hard. But it's like, I want to see these guys any chance I get. They're my people.
Right. I know. Well, that's why you're lucky you're in Cali. I feel like a bunch of the fams out there, man. Nobody's here in Colorado with me. Nobody. I'm just like, but who wants to meet with me?
Aw.
It's
Just
okay.
out there.
All my homies are in Texas, so I definitely plan to go down to Texas and like meet up with them, and get some Southern food in me.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, and then Des, he said that he goes to Wyoming sometimes for business, so I told him that we'll have to meet up sometime up in Wyoming, because that's only like a 3-hour drive for me to get to Wyoming. So
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like,
Sure,
cool.
sure.
Yeah, we could just go hang out sometime. So there's some people around, but you're
Are you
just
going to try
like
to go to any events this year?
I don't know, dude, because now decon in Cali, or well, I don't know about the San Diego Comic Con, but like, or yeah, Comic Con, but the decon like that we went to previously in November is going to be in December.
Right.
I hate that. I don't have money for Christmas and traveling. Dang it.
Start saving now.
I know, seriously. So possibly, but I might just make it to like a Comic Con instead of a decon this time. But we'll see. I wish that they would like give these dates out in the beginning of the year so you could plan it. Sometimes they tell you like a month in advance. I'm like, a month?
Yeah. It makes flights and everything so expensive.
Exactly. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm really hoping so for sure. But maybe even if they just do another like VV hangout or whatever, because they did just like that hangout. It wasn't a decon or a Comic Con. It was just like they just called it the hangout. I don't know.
They did a pre-decon, which was still sort of, it wasn't like, I don't know if it was officially a decon event, but that was the Glendale event. Is that what you're referring to?
I think so. I don't know. Kika Vivi was there, and
Yeah,
they were doing like raffle giveaways for
yeah,
like
that was the
physical
event.
stuff. Yeah. That.
Yeah, so that was like a kickoff event, but it was a kickoff for decon. So it was at like a place that had a bunch of like art and everything. But I think they still sort of like organized and planned it themselves. Like,
Yeah.
if Vivi wasn't there, I don't know that the event would have happened. So it was
Right.
kind of like a Vivi event. Whereas, like, you know, the decon itself, like if Vivi wasn't there, it would still happen.
Right. So I don't know if they decide to do something like that again. Maybe I'll just come by and have some fun doing that. I don't know. We'll see. It all depends on the dates, really. So
I'm wondering when the first ViviCon is going to be.
yeah, I know. Do you think this year? I'm guessing probably not.
I mean, I think David probably really wants to do it this year. Whether it can be done this year, I don't know.
Yeah. I'm just thinking that like that's obviously going to be prime for like marketing and stuff, and we still have a lot of things for like just the app development alone before we should be doing a bunch of marketing. I know that other people are like, we need to be marketing, like why aren't you marketing? But like the app's only in English. Like people that speak other languages can't even like join the app, you know? So like there's definitely higher priority things.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that once we can get the app more updated and like user friendly for everybody, then I can definitely see them like rolling that out like right after. But who knows? We'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, I mean, I'm hopeful that there's going to be a lot of pleasant surprises around
Right.
the corner. I mean, based on how they're talking, they're talking as if they feel pretty confident. So,
Right. Well, you know that David's been over across seas just like I don't know, marketing, I guess. Who knows what he's doing over
yeah,
there?
yeah, he just emailed me about something, and he's just now like traveling back to New Zealand, I guess. So, yeah.
Yeah, he's supposed to be possibly doing a spaces with Lori on
Right.
Wednesday, possibly, but she said that she doesn't know because if he's like jet lagged and like tired
Mhm.
from all this, that they might like push it back, which is totally understandable. I don't know how he does it, like working like that and then
He's been
traveling
gone
and
for a
then
while. Like I think he's been gone since the I'm blanking on the company, but the person that was doing the payout,
um
I think he's been gone since.
wire,
Yeah,
right?
I think
Yeah.
he's been gone since that happened. I'm not sure, but
Yeah, I thought it's been like 3 weeks or something like that. But he's coming back and we have an AMA. Oh, I thought that was supposed to be today.
oh, I haven't heard.
What? Wow, you're making that just dawned on me. Yeah, Lori was saying that we were possibly gonna have an AMA today when he got back home, but maybe
Like on Twitter or on like recorded on YouTube.
I don't know. It was supposed to just be like a quick like little AMA to like recap us on like wire the whole wire situation and what their plan was and everything, but maybe they'll do it tomorrow. I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't heard. I'm sure he's exhausted.
Yeah, I'm sure. So I guess we'll stay tuned for that too.
Yep. All right. Well, I probably need to get back to my kiddos. They've been very well behaved.
For sure. I
I'll
know.
reward them. Do some popcorn in a movie or
I
something.
know I should give them some candy. There you go, kids. Good job.
No,
Now
I
get
didn't hear any
hyper and drive
yelling.
your
I didn't
mom
hear any
nuts.
crying. Very happy.
Hold on. Before you leave, I think that I might have a gift for you if you're interested in it, but I have to go grab it real quick. So
Okay.
1 second.
Digital Snowflake. I don't think he does, but I'm not sure. I'm not positive, but I feel like 85% sure that he doesn't. He might be Googleable. Oh, my Google's going. Hey, Google, stop. It's defining. What is it defining? Vowel? It's random. Thanks, Village. Thanks for listening in. See what else I'm missing. Made the time pass at work. Nice. What did you make at work today?
Okay. Okay. So I've always been a Disney nerd since I was little. And so my grandma kept these for me and I didn't even know I had them. But I don't really have space for them, one, and I just feel like you would appreciate them so much. So I have it's the whole set. It's like an exclusive from Burger King, like but they're little Disney cups.
Oh,
And
those
they
are
have
cool.
yeah, it's like a whole set. So like there's all of them. And it's just like a little cup that's in here. They're all still boxed up and everything.
How
So I
cute.
don't know if you wanted them. Yeah, there's like a Snow White one, Jungle Book, Lion King, Peter Pan, Beauty and the Beast, Pinocchio, Dumbo, and Aladdin.
Well, that's like super sweet of you, but you don't want to like use them for a giveaway or something?
I want to give them to you. You do so much for the community, and you know, I want I just know that you would appreciate something like this. And I mean, if it's something that like you're like, you know, that's just gonna sit in my closet, I'm not gonna take offense, like, you know. But I just thought of you, and I was like, I have this dream coming up with her, and I feel like she would love these. So totally up to you.
That's very sweet of you. Sure. I mean,
Cool. They're vintage.
they are vintage. Those are awesome. I remember I went and visited family in New Jersey one summer as a kid, and McDonald's was doing these plates as giveaways, and it was for Hercules, and I wanted the Pegasus one so bad. I remember
I'm back.
we went to McDonald's like several times while I was there trying to collect all the plates.
I've been the person that's like, okay, I would tell this to like every McDonald's person, like obviously I was lying, but whatever. What is a white lie? I was like, I have the whole set, I just need blah blah. They're like, okay. And sometimes they would dig it out for me, and then other times they would like not give a crap. But that's how I was able to like get a lot of the sets as a kid, because I would just tell them like, I just need Mickey Mouse, and they give me Mickey, and then the next time I'd be like, I just need Goofy. And so
Hey, it worked for you.
yeah, it worked. But yeah, so I'll send you these. If you want to send me like a good address to like send them over to you, I can send them to you sometime this week. And
That's very sweet of you. Thank you very much. I appreciate
yeah,
it. And
I
thank you
know
for
it's
having
not
me on your
something.
channel.
Of course, this has been overdue, girl. You're so busy.
I
I've been
know.
having
I'm
you on
really
my channel
sorry it
since
took
I
so long.
started.
I'm so sorry it took so long.
No, it's okay. Like you have bigger fish to fry. Like it's good. Thank you so much for all the content that you give us, and being such a positive outlook, or positive person that we can all go to, and also just really learn from. Like you are a role model for a lot of women in the community, or at least I could speak for myself and say that you are for me. And that positive energy really does go a long way. So thank
Thank
you so much for
you.
your time. And this was great. I love talking Disney. We have to do it again.
Yeah, it was super fun. We should totally do it again. We should get a few of us Disney nerds all together in one spot and just
Let's do it.
I'm
Or
down.
we'll have to plan like a Disney trivia night or something.
That'd be fun.
Right?
Yeah, for sure. I'm down.
Let's do it.
All right. Well, thank you. I really appreciate it. It was very fun.
Of course. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and we'll catch you later. Have a great night, Magic.
You too.
Peace.